Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
we totally never argue when we always
Shut
greet everyone
up.
as a party.
Shut up.
All right. So, there's been a preamble which we're not going to bring up ever again, at
Nope.
least not during this game. So,
After recording.
Jesus.
Okay.
Can we just
recap.
Okay, we
please.
started after the shrine. It's the first of Harvest Dawn. Harvest Dawn's a nice month, I guess. Cain sends proof of Dren bitch being dead. There's a scry on Mirror Elsana at work. She seems like she's waiting for the scries and calling the scries a wasted effort because she realizes we keep doing it and is now just sitting nowhere, so we get no information from her. It's kind of great. And we realize Mirror Elsana's plate armor is made out of silver dragon scale, so make your assumptions, kiddos. We do Speak with Dead with Eulalia's body. Because of the preface of Speak with Dead, she can't learn any new information, so she doesn't know she's dead, but she also doesn't know that we know that she's not Eulalia and that she's Lily. So she is a conniving bitch during the entire thing. Next, Alsana tells Rod and Tia, Rod, best boy, about her last words to them. And Tia was pretty sure there was a deal with a patron thing, because Eulalia wasn't saying anything to us. It's great. And they'll do whatever it takes to pay back just anything to bring her back. They'll pay back the money and they penance, yeah. So we go over to more with the three boats. The two give their apologies and meet some people, and they're just like, oh shit, their people live here. And yeah, they have all apologized. Cain says his goodbyes and more leave some money, so they have stuff. And then we go to Winzathor, spook some Dragonborn. We go talk with Morticia about getting all of the stuff for reincarnate, and also this thing about like, hey, those Nagas disappeared, didn't they? Yep. And then we have some talks about like following your fate and saying you love people before you go and die and that shit. And then we go to Threshold because we have two transport via plants now. And we bring the body of Eulalia and our lovely, lovely prisoners. And we go and talk with Platy. And he's like, well, I can't really keep them here. We'll probably have someone able to cast Gentle Repose on Eulalia's body, which is great. But there's nowhere really for Rod and Tia to get punished, I guess. Imprisoned is what we want. I don't know what we're going for. But we suggest Green River, and then we argue whether or not bringing Eulalia back to life. And we really don't have a set decision in game because we're also using Reincarnate, and I don't want to talk about that anymore, but that's the recap.
So,
You guys went and you were given rooms to stay in for the night. You're able to get a rest. We're going to pick back up the next morning, the 2nd of Harvest Dawn. Beginning of a new week, near the beginning of a new month. What would you guys like to do?
Kane made himself available to help whoever's traveling out, so.
Alright.
The next day, Alsana would probably go to return Lily to life.
Caldo will probably join her and then promptly catch a ferry to
Oh, that's
Ambarion for a little bit, depending on what the party's doing.
I'll get this out of the way first.
Okay. So, in the morning, Alsana, you rise. I don't know if bright and early is the term that's most appropriate for Alsana, but it's evocative. Calda, you're roused by the sound of Alsana getting up, getting ready for the day, getting ready to head out.
Alright, we're doing it?
Room.
Are you
I
doing
believe
it?
so.
Oh, come join. This is gonna be... Never seen a resurrection before. Let's just do that.
Well, it's not exactly, but
Isn't it like building a new body?
roughly, yes.
I'm gonna tell you now. If I ever die, no.
At
Unless
all.
you can find a way to bring it back. To bring it back to me. Not that.
But the regular body, just your own. Yes?
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright.
Okay.
You know, I hear that a lot, actually.
I know, right?
So, Alsan is going to go find where they're currently, I guess, interring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably would have asked before, and you would have been told where they are going to keep Lily. It's a small room, very out of the way, kind of in a far off corner of this sprawling, winding complex. An interior room, windowless. Seems like it might have been used for a little bit of spare furniture storage, though it's when you get there, you find that things have kind of been pushed out of the way. There is a single table left in the center of this small, cramped space, and a sheet laid over the table. Lelia laid on top of it, another sheet covering her. Up over the head, there are a couple of candles, just barely keeping their light. It seems that they are due for replacement, having been left the previous night.
Alsan will do so.
Yep.
And while she's doing that, and while she's getting preparations ready, she'll just... Calder, would you... Could you perhaps send for the other two? Just to wait outside?
Our friends or Rod and Tia?
Rod and Tia.
Yeah, sure. And Calder will just like go over, just be like.
Actually, maybe Tokeny as well, just in case things get, rough.
Rather have Tokeny for secondary strength than Kane right now.
Thinks about it. I trust Tokeny to not immediately kill her if she yaks out.
Okay. Just like very easily rouse Tokeny first. You'd be like, Tokeny,
What?
Alsana's gonna bring a body back to life and she'd like you to help be the muscle.
Pause, and then finally
I'll
the
ask
door
her to
opens.
I'll ask her to summon some elementals for you.
You know, sleep-eyed Tokeny kind of half glare out. Why is it always me?
Because she trusts you more than she trusts her brother. And we sort of need two people just in case, and I'm number one.
That's sad, but he's kind of a meathead. Let me get my armor.
Okay.
Shuts the door, goes back in. About 10 to 15 minutes later, finally, Tokeny comes back out. Alright. Still where they're keeping her?
Yep, but I need to go get her old compatriots, so. Depends on if you want to go that for me. But I'll start going, and Calder starts walking away, and she's just wearing bunny slippers right now over, like underneath everything.
Yes!
I said she's put her armor on over pajamas.
Okay, wait,
Alright.
so is there like a metal boot over the bunny slipper, or bunny slipper over the metal boot?
There's a metal boot with bunny ears hanging out.
Okay.
Alright. Tokeny tags along with you for time being and actually guides you at one point to they're in this hallway and down this, we're keeping an eye on them just in case. You come to the door of the room that's being shared by Rod and Tia. A couple of members of the Order seem to be acting in the capacity as guards, at least loosely. They are sitting on a couple of stools outside the room, just keeping an eye on the corridor. It is another interior room, you would notice just from the layout of the hallways, so no window, no easy access to the outdoors.
Okay.
There's a knock on the door from Tokeny. Hey. Apparently the creepy witch is gonna bring your friend back. You want to be there?
Sorry, this is Decane.
Nope. This is
Okay.
to Rod and Tia. There's a little bit of fumbling from inside, and yeah, 1 minute. Let me get up. Tia actually steps out sooner than Rod for the first time possibly since you've seen her, Calda. She is actually not wearing her armor. She is dressed in the a little bit of the padding that goes underneath. Basic tunic, her trousers and boots. She's still carrying a knife at her side, but it seems that she has forgone her usual kit. Rod comes out about 10 seconds later, looking much as he always has. He never really did wear special armor. The one difference is that it seems he's left his long belt bandolier of small darts behind.
Maybe less hand wraps.
And the hand wraps are as normal.
It keeps the knuckles in place.
They're a comfort thing.
All right, let's go.
Alright. And they follow you. Well, Tokani leads a little bit more. Back to the room where Alsana has been preparing the elements of this ritual for the past little while.
Mm-hmm.
Alsana, it's been, I'd say, roughly half an hour to about 45 minutes, given just walking time, waiting for people to get dressed and ready, and walking back.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time for you to prepare. Perhaps even time to get started on the ritual if you didn't want to wait until they were there for the very beginning of it.
She knows it's going to be about an hour, so yeah, she'll start.
Alright. So you're about halfway into the ritual when you hear the sounds of Calda in PJ muffled metal clanking up behind the door. Tokani, also in armor, and slightly quieter footfalls of the other two. There's a little bit of whispering outside the door, but you don't let it distract you. You have an entire hour-long ritual
Mm-hmm.
to bring somebody back from the other side, to form them a new body. It takes concentration. As the ritual continues, you start to gather little elements of magic, plucking it from the weave around you, plucking it from nature, the earth, the stone, the air. Now, if I recall the spell correctly, you do need the body or a piece of bodies. You have that. And it forms a new adult body, and then calls the soul. So, it doesn't say that it gets rid of the old body. So I'm going to say that, for flavor at least, as you are performing this ritual, the various oils that you have either spread across surfaces, marked the body across the forehead or cheeks, the arms and the hands with, set out in bowls that let up a fragrance, mixed and almost cloying in this small space. The oils themselves begin to lift out of the bowls, off of the corpse.
Water, 35 liters. Carbon, 20 kilograms. Ammonia,
I was in the
4
middle
liters.
of typing it out, you motherfucker.
Impressive.
Because that is actually an appropriate amount of carbon for the diamond.
It's
There
not a
is no
diamond, it's oil.
There's no
For
diamond.
like the 4th time.
I know, but in the spell component it says diamond.
No, it doesn't.
Not in reincarnate.
Rare oils and unguents, whatever, are worth at least 1,000 GP, which the spell consumes. There is no statement of a diamond. That
What
is
word are you trying to say? Hold on.
clearly you're not looking at the spell, so.
No, I'm just curious what it is. Continue. I was in the middle of typing it.
All right.
Goodness.
As the spell continues, the oils begin to lift up into the air, kind of twining together. And slowly they start to shift and mold and almost expand just above this body as you sculpt a body. At this point, let's go ahead and have you roll the D100 as you start to see the shape
Uh,
of what is coming together.
place your bets, guys. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Elf.
Let me look at the list again.
Elf.
Dwarf. I'm hoping it's a dwarf.
Oh my god, it'd be so fitting if it was a gnome.
Well, let's find out.
It would be fitting.
Let's find
John,
out.
what's your bet?
14. Mountain dwarf.
Yeah!
All right. You realize in a short amount of time that the shape that the oils are beginning to form is somewhat smaller, somewhat stockier, a lot stockier than the human laid out on the table below. There's more definition to what is starting to look like the silhouette of muscles. There's broader shoulders, shorter legs.
She just sighs a bit of relief that she didn't get Dragonborn and subjected someone to having scales when they previously didn't.
All right. So, the spell comes to near the end. You have a replica of a body above you. Very evidently dwarven, though still with the red hair that Eulalia had before.
Mhm.
There are similarities of features. Some of the finer details you were not precisely able to capture, but you came close.
Mm.
It looks like Lily, but it looks like Lily through an odd
A dwarf filter.
perception.
The worst Snapchat filter.
I'll say at least of note, Alsana is nowhere near above carefully investigating a dead body to make sure she gets this right.
That's fine. I will say for like the sake of modesty and everything else, the spell comes with a basic white shift.
Yep.
It just kind of like weaves up from some of the spare sheets as part of the spell casting.
There's a Sailor Moon glow to everything.
Yep. As this slowly continues and begins to take form, you reach the final part of the spell, the part where the body finished, you reach out in searching for the soul. You put out a call. The sense of Eulalia, of Lily, of a liar, but a friend? A complicated person, from what little you were able to find out about her, given the circumstances. And as you reach out, you find something. It's, in a sense, beyond the physical. It's not even something easily imagined. But it is a sense of her. Like a light, but not luminous. You find this, and you begin to draw it closer. You invite it. If it wants to, there's a place for it to come back. A place to return. A life to live. Not the same as it was before, but present and open.
With friends.
And you feel the soul start to reach back. Again, no physical sense, no visual sense, but the emotional impression of a hand reaching back towards yours. And then everything goes cold. Alsana, go ahead and just real quick, give me a more for flavor than anything. Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Uh,
Does she get the +5?
You get the +5. Called is there.
all right. 14.
14. Okay. All right.
Unless it's
Calder,
anything about being charmed.
it is not a charm.
All right.
It's not really a spell effect per se. It's more a staging of this next part. Kalda, Tokani, Tia, and Rod all see as Alsana reaching out in a final gesture in this ritual. Suddenly goes stock still, almost frozen in place. She's breathing, but it is a slow and steady rise and fall. It's almost as if she somehow fell asleep on her feet, but hasn't fallen over. Is still keeping her balance, but without balancing. Alsana, for your part, suddenly, you blink, and you don't seem to be where you once were. The stone walls are gone. Instead, you find yourself standing in a lush jungle, thick, overgrown, cacophonous with insects and life, but twisted and echoing, all the same. The air itself is a humid, muffling blanket, almost worse than it was in the swamps. Everything around you is green, but with a strange vibrancy, almost an aura around it that indicates almost that it's not a color that should be in nature. It's as if you're looking through some kind of lens that slightly distorts outlines, shades. Everything's too bright or too shadowed. There's too much in opposite extremes. Beneath the canopy of trees just in front of you, there is a stone plinth overgrown with vines. At the very top of it, a wide stone chair draped in silks. The colors there are also far too vibrant. And reclining across the chair is a massive figure, twice the size of the Maralith you fought, with 3 tails splitting halfway down, curled around this stone throne. 12 arms in various poses, some holding weapons, some holding flowers, one lifting a enormous chalice to a huge face, fanged and serpentine. This figure takes a drink, looks down at you. Her scales are vibrant, poisonous green, splotched with yellow and black. She's draped in golden jewels, silk finery, chains and bangles, pendants adorned with various multicolored junglebird feathers. And she looks at you, lifts a hand, and shows you, caged in slightly clawed fingers, a small, wriggling mote of light. And what business, she says, does a little nature child have with my possessions?
I'd like to fix a mistake she may have made.
The mistake that led her here, I take it.
Shakes her head. No, that came afterwards. The mistake that made her selfish.
How do you propose to fix such a mistake?
A second chance?
Hmm. Curious. And impertinent. I do not take thieves lightly, little one.
Can also on a religion check right now.
Go ahead.
This gun's applicable.
Yeah, you're giving a very serious thought to this. I'll allow it. You're in a weird in-between state. You're not physically there. In fact, as you kind of make the motions of your habitual guidance, you realize that your motions are almost drifting. They're too smooth. It's as if there's no air resistance, despite the muffling heat that you can so clearly feel.
Mhm.
You look down just for a moment and realize that you are apparently floating just a bare couple of inches off of this jungle floor. So, a religion check of 21.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking into?
Who is she?
Hmm.
And moreover, if she knows what she is or close to what she is, what's a good way to entreat her in this situation?
All right. Okay. You know that at the very least, this is a very powerful fiend. Likely a demon lord of some measure. However, you also know with that demon lords are a how to put this? There's a high turnaround.
Mm.
Uh it is very rare for one to hold on to that level of power and authority in this sort of culture, let's say, for enough time to actually gain any named notoriety on the material plane itself.
You
Very
telling me
often
demons are a bit cutthroat? No.
a little chaotic, just a little chaotic. As such, you, even with the 21, you couldn't name her.
Mhm.
You couldn't even necessarily place her as, oh, I think I've heard some legend or other. However, you know power when you see it, and you know that even if she hasn't gained that level of notoriety on the material, even if she doesn't have a name or a title in any books yet, that's possible to potentially change.
She's in the position to.
She's in a position to, if she can hold on to it, get to that point. Assuming she hasn't already.
Yep.
You've not come across anything, but you could have missed it.
Yep. Moreover, does she look to be like a powerful evolved version of the one that was summoned?
Very much so. She's got, again, 3 tails, 12 arms, a variety of weapons, either in hands, kind of a. There's like a long blackened scimitar that's held in one hand and a little bit toyed with the another, and it's just a ever shifting, undulating mass of actions, almost absent minded on her part. There's more weapons littered around her. A it is an arsenal of which Kane would um, be proud, probably, just for sheer variety and how much ground it covers.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like she would be formidable, even if you were in a position to fight her necessarily.
Minimum CR of demon lords withstanding.
Probably.
All right.
As you give this a thought, she seems to be just kind of giving you a once over, making calculations of her own, perhaps. But, she says, I'm curious. What would lead you to reach so boldly into my domain? Surely not just wanting to give someone a second chance.
And tilts her head. Part of it, I would not cite ignorance as purely, but we didn't exactly have the time to discuss the scope of the contract she had made.
Hmm. That contract is between her and me. However, I would be willing to make another. Perhaps something with new terms, fresh agreement.
Tilts her,
If you'd like her.
tilts her head. Hmm. I'd have to give that some consideration first.
And what sort of consideration? My terms are fairly open, if you'd like to make me an offer. I've no particular demands. I wonder what you may be able to give to me.
Hmm. Well, you're one who, I suppose likes to collect those, little glints of light, as it were.
I like to collect many things. Glints of light, yes. Powerful things hold interest, or things with greater potential later on. Sometimes a service will do. So, what have you to offer? And keep in mind, if you have nothing, then this meeting will go very poorly indeed for you.
Shakes her head. No, let's say I've been around quite a bit. I have acquired a number of things. And I have knowledge of many more. Let's start, then, so I can gauge things that might have more worth to you. What do you, let's say, intend to do with what's in that cage there? Or what did you, were I not to have stepped in?
Souls are useful things. Servants. Bartering chips. I have no particular thing in mind, but it's good to hold on to a few for, oh, what is your simple, quaint little expression?
A rainy day?
Foolish. But, as the words may go, very well, a rainy day.
Nonsense.
As such, more souls, new souls, would be an adequate trade. But it's not the only thing that I would have value in.
Of course not. And I suppose what would the quality of these be? The souls? Do you prefer ones who are more cruel and sadistic? Any at all? Would you like to...
Any soul will do, but there is a particular sweetness in a good soul that has fallen. One that was pure and then corrupted. It takes more orchestration, more effort. But the rewards are very worth it.
Can I do a quick ask to the group out of character, Ariel?
Mm-hmm. Phone a friend. Go ahead.
Yep. Okay.
Don't
So-
fucking make a deal for this, dumbass. The fuck's
No.
wrong with you?
No,
No.
no.
But I have a very fun idea.
I don't care. It's a demon lord. Don't fucking
Give
do
me
it.
your
Stupid.
idea.
What is-
No, shut up.
Pitch your
Connor. I
idea
wanna hear the
first.
idea.
Pitch your idea, Shark Tank style. Come on.
So,
It's a no for me.
not too long ago, Alsana acquired a stitched hide bag from that night hag.
Yes.
That, from my understanding, has to do with solely stuff.
Okay.
I'm
You never
wondering.
identified
It was not a traditionally usable magic item.
it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure on the page on the sheet it says, only used by a hag.
Yep.
However, I currently know a hag. So
No.
I'm wondering, once we go to the other side, could I drag other Alsana's soul to this bitch?
It's still not worth it.
I like it. It's not worth it, but I like it.
It's not worth it, but
This
it's a
is so
decent
Because
idea.
also
foolish.
with our things, you don't know if Mir Alsana was good at one point. She
Mhm.
could have
also-
just been bad her entire life.
But also, completely ignoring that, you think they're gonna keep gentle reposing this the whole few months we're in there?
Well, I'm wondering if it's basically on my head to get that done to her for an amount of time.
You can ask.
Yep,
Still, it's.
but that's my current thinking.
I think this is an unnecessary side quest for a useless NPC.
Wow. Okay.
Personally,
I don't think she's a useless NPC.
I
And
think
don't
we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have enough trouble killing the other 4 mirror people, anyways. Why complicate this for ourselves for this? Also, my question is Alsana arrogant enough to make a deal with a demon lord? Really? That's my question.
Hmm. She's arrogant. She might be arrogant enough to make a trade.
That's the same thing, but okay.
Hmm.
If it would help at all, I did write down a small list of things that she would find acceptable.
And I don't think Ariel's about to completely fuck me over for this.
I can,
No, but I'm just talking in character.
if you'd like in character, I can have her give you a few suggestions, for lack of a better term, things that she would be okay with and things that she would very much like, so that you know kind of the scope of what your options could be if you took it.
Mhm.
My thing is you're making a deal with a demon lord who has all of the chips.
I feel like
And you also have a charisma of +1.
I think it's +0.
Wait, no, hold on.
Oh no.
Like, if you're gonna be just relying on rolls and logic, I don't like your odds. If you have a thing to fuck the DM over, then do it. But
No, okay, Ariel, Alsana got that, hide bag roughly identified, right?
Roughly, yeah. You know what it is, you know what it does, you know that you cannot use it
Mhm.
yourself.
And she's aware of roughly what a night hag's about, right?
Roughly.
Alright. Then she will produce that stitch bag.
just
Alright.
offer the soul of a hag. Come on.
You know that you are not quite physically there, but you're able to call up an image of the bag hovering over your hands.
Mhm.
And you see a roll a quick insight check.
Alright. Ah. She's just
Alright, then.
She is just like nervously, like almost like spinning a ring, casting guidance on herself.
You see a very slight quirk of an eyebrow ridge over one eye. Not enough to clue you in to internal thought processes, but enough of a reaction that she recognizes at least what this is.
And just
And
souls
she-
that are dragged into evil are more delectable.
I will take any soul.
I believe this is an item by an entity called a night hag.
I am familiar.
As such, she is one who might share your preference. I believe the souls in here are ones of those who were brought down roughly into a cruel, evil state of being, such that they could be collected.
And how did you come by such a thing?
I've done quite a bit in my time, and I intend to do more.
Indeed. It would be an acceptable payment for the loan of this one back into your world.
Loan, you say?
Oh, she will still be mine at the end of it. Whatever her life may take.
Nods. And is there any room for her to renegotiate that another day?
There is room for you to renegotiate it right now if you should like. A bag of second-hand cast-offs has some value, but not as much as a soul in my service, for example. Not as much as a sacrifice appropriately made. I may give you suggestions if you are at a loss.
And perhaps give me an understanding of the scope in which you would like to grasp.
A shrine made in my image and honor in a suitable location would be one thing of interest. Perhaps if you have other interesting items, powerful, magical ones, depending on my interest in them, maybe further steps forward. Or it gives you considering look. You have done many things, you say. Fought many, killed many.
Conrad, you run Saturday. You have no place to talk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Devin, you've already started that petition
Mhm.
on Saturday. Also, half the time, I don't tell you guys to call gods. Esther just does it.
Find and sacrifice to me a heart of great power. Humanoid, a beast, a monster, even another devil or demon. And I will not only see this soul returned for that bag, but clear it of all debt should it be great enough worth.
Nods.
Do any of these seem of interest to you? Or shall we just call it that bag and its contents? For this soul until such a time as it comes into my possession again.
Let's see. Just going to produce the blackstone on the chain from the hag as well. I believe this goes with a set for the bag. Allows things to be ethereal, at least when used by the proper users, but you are one of fiendish persuasion.
I've little interest in etherealness.
Then perhaps not you, but some under your control, under your command.
I have little interest in sharing the powerful things that I gain.
Ah, purely a collector then.
That and that alone will not be enough to clear this one's contract.
Right, I'm just building a portfolio, let's say.
Very well. continue your portfolio.
As I look through my inventory.
If it is something that you would need to gather, I can arrange for a little time.
Hmm.
And should you choose to build me a appropriate place of worship, a place to display my grandeur on your plane, or should you choose to find and sacrifice to me that powerful heart, know this. This one's body will remain in stasis until such time as the deal is fulfilled. Then the soul will be returned to it.
What is happening in the chat as I'm going through my thing?
I'm informing Ty of your debauchery towards the gods throughout the campaigns.
When the god killing sword gets used, those three best friends became gods. He also killed Cronus. Nice. I don't know son at this. That's one thing. Demon Lords just Demon Lords are different, Conrad. Come on.
That's me saying that.
Alright. Alsana then goes, how would you feel of a little bit of each of those options? I have a particular heart in mind that may be in order for you.
Indeed.
However, I have a wealth of knowledge on things of my plane. And one of these is that in your world of being, those before you have been quick to rise and fall. As such, I don't believe you've had enough time to make your name known on our side. Or title, or whatever you would like to go by.
Cyrillith.
Cyrillith. I will remember it well.
Cyrillith of the Impenetrable Scales.
Nods. And
I just want to imagine that Kane, through all of this, is just having the worst fucking dream of his
yeah,
life.
he's having full-on sleep paralysis.
His sleep paralysis demon is Alsana with a notebook and a contract.
Yep.
At this point, Kane is probably, woken up. He and Alaris are going to get breakfast, and Kane's just got that kind of nagging feeling where it's like, yeah, I woke up from some kind of bad dream, and I feel like it's following me into real life, but I don't know what it was.
He's just looking down like, are the eggs in this French toast okay?
No, I'm pretty sure the eggs are, the eggs are fresh here. They have like fresh chickens in the pen, and
I just got this really bad feeling in my stomach.
He just looks up to Alaris like, why do I feel very smug right now?
Why do you feel very smug?
Yes, I feel like I need to tell someone I told you so.
I don't know. Maybe someone you know is doing something that you wouldn't do.
Oh shit. Paul probably ate that cheese I told her not to eat.
Finish your bacon. Finish your eggs.
I don't trust the eggs.
Finish your eggs.
Fuck you.
They're
Only
fresh.
Only if you have a bite.
He's eating his eggs. He's eating his eggs as you're talking. What the hell do you mean if I take a bite? I've been taking bites this whole time.
No, you take a bite of my eggs. I feel like you poisoned it or some shit.
He takes a bite of your eggs.
Okay, I take a bite of your eggs and I finish eating my eggs after.
Hard cut back to the demonscape. Alsana is currently standing in front of the demon overlord with the church bells ringing in the background.
we've been cut to you for an hour as you deal with a demon lord. We're trying not to say it.
No, that's
Give us a moment
exactly
of
it.
levity.
I love this moment of levity because it's gonna hit right back into the other one. You can keep going.
Just kind of as a further moment of levity, but not quite. On the other side, you wouldn't know this, but Tokani is kind of crept up to Alsana's body and is poking her in the cheek, like, is she... She's not moving.
Alive though. I'm called this poking the other cheek.
Have you got a bottle of ink?
Yeah.
Okay,
Terrible.
thank you for being the only reasonable person in this fucking context.
Hand it over.
Are we gonna draw a mustache on her?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Oh hell yeah! Don't forget the little dorky glasses. She has them, but like they're on the face now.
I'm thinking war paint right across the under the eyes.
Do you think Cotty would have any
Joke's on
colored
you,
ink
the
we could
mascara's
work
already there.
with? Do you think Cotty has any colored ink we could work with? Get some abstract into this?
You know Kane has colored ink.
I'm not gonna risk her snapping out of this that soon.
Okay.
Going on to write something on her forehead. Can't think of what.
I heard demons.
Maybe like you could put Kane's sister. I feel like that just fuck her up.
Oh, that's a pretty good insult.
Yeah.
If you really want to insult the daughter of Roy.
I think that's going a step too far. And Tokani wouldn't know about that one. So
Yep. Oh, this is for my joy.
Maybe like Kane's sister, but like backwards, so when she sees it in the mirror.
oh no, I know.
Oh.
We're gonna put I and then a heart for love and then a U and then like brother or something.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, you're a genius!
Now, unbeknownst to what is happening to your body on the other side, Alsana, you feel none of this. You know none of this. You are in the middle of a tense negotiation.
Yep.
So, what do you have in mind for making Cyrillith a little more known?
I am one for the proliferation of information, studies, understandings, and an unfortunate reality is with the ways of demon lords, much of that information can be dated. I would be more than willing to write a full understood breakdown and informational tome about you and those who follow you.
You're gonna write the demon lord a fucking Bible?
Yes,
What the hell is wrong with you?
because Alsana doesn't know about this demon lord, and if she doesn't know, then it's not on the material, so she's making new information.
That's not a good thing.
Yes,
A scripture would be interesting, but I would still want an altar, a place.
He holds
Something
all the chips. Stop
permanent.
giving him more ammo.
say that last bit again.
Something permanent. A location for people to go to show me tribute. And to perhaps read your work. And if you wrote it, I would wish to give you my own words.
Of course, I would like to get the information directly from the mouth of the one who it is about.
Your offer intrigues me.
That, coupled with one who has garnered quite a lot of magical power on the flip side of my world. I assume you're aware of it?
I am aware. I draw service from those on both sides.
Nods. Well, there's I don't know if you've kept up with news in that area.
I care little for mortal affairs.
Well, then know there's a bit of a small uprising going on. One that a monarch to quell, but
One
one
that
that
you
is
are one that you are willing to sacrifice from.
nods. One
Why
who
are you
is
doing this for this? Oh my god, I hate this so much.
Yep.
This is so
Shut up.
stupid.
one that is leading the charge with magical might.
Hmm. Very well. Then, in exchange for that bag of souls, useless to you, but helpful to me, the scripture and the sacrifice of the powerful heart of the leader of this uprising, this mortal rebellion on your flip side, I will give you this one, free and clear. If you renege on any part of this deal, however, if you would seek to double-cross me, know that it will go very ill for you. And I have ways of dragging souls into my grasp.
She nods. I have full confidence in that. But I am also invested in these efforts. Or I'd like that soul to find an end where it is deserving of things. And any information that I can bring to my world is one that I intend to.
Hmm. Then, take this. One hand unfurls and offers you a dagger, black and silver edged, with a undulating serpentine blade and a pommel in the form of a snake with fangs bared. This is the knife that you will use when you find that heart for me. It may be used in battles until then, should you be inclined. You will find that it has a wicked bite.
Nods. Am I the one required to do the driving into the heart?
Yes.
Kane's not gonna fucking do it for you.
Yeah. Checking to make sure it can't be shot from a crossbow.
It will be by your hand with that knife.
Very well.
The heart need not still be beating at the time. It is acceptable to simply cut it from the chest, as long as it is done in my name.
She nods. And this is the open and the close of this particular deal, yes?
Yes.
Hmm.
And to show how gracious I may be, this soul will return with you to your world, to the quaint little body that you have made for it. She will awaken. However, her soul will continue to belong to me until such a time as you complete these standing measures of the deal.
Very well. And once that is completed,
She is free. As are you. I will have what I desire,
and just
and we will part ways, unless, of course, you should wish to make another deal.
nods. Will we be informed once things are fully completed?
You will know.
Very well.
When you return, take that bag, the physical one, and place it upon the chest of the one that you are wishing to bring back to your plane. It will vanish, and the soul will return in its stead.
Very
I
well.
look forward to the summarization of this deal. And with that, the air almost seems to press in on you, suffocating. It gets harder and harder to breathe, even though intellectually you don't need to. You're not here physically.
Mhm.
But it squeezes and tightens, and just as it's starting to become beyond uncomfortable, to become painful, you suddenly feel a loosening. You're able to gasp air in, your eyes flowing open, and you are standing in this room again. Tokumi jumps back suddenly.
Hi.
Hello.
You good?
So, was that part of the ritual then?
Yes.
Like a little bit. Insight.
Yeah, you're lying to a dragon here. Hold on.
Yeah, they want to
Fuck you.
I'll see what Tokumi's is, but
It
we'll
was
see.
necessary.
More than an hour. Said it was gonna take an hour.
Is she doesn't seem to be alive to me. Did it go all right?
Hers is one that is a bit. Oh,
Yeah, she can't read you right now.
I hate all of this. This is so fucking stupid.
hard to read under the mustache.
The face paint is very distracting.
Hers is one is hers is one. Hers is one that is a bit messy. Requires something else
Like?
because she's a bit contractually obligated.
Did you make a deal with the demon?
No, I cleared her name.
This is whatever.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Wait. Would she have it on her, or?
I'll say that's
I
okay.
thought we put all the hag shit in the bag of holding. Just because the hag was spying on us.
Well, no, that was the Behir hag. This is from the night hag. Not Behir. It's that the spying stuff was from Nettie. This is from the one we murked in one turn.
Yeah, I thought that we were keeping that stuff in the bag of holding too, because you could probably scry and all that stuff. Anyways.
This wasn't hers.
Yeah, no, it wasn't her. She didn't even see it.
Oh, okay.
So this would Alsana then have it on her?
Is it in your inventory?
Yep.
Specifically? I'll allow it.
All right. And
Also the party inventory, but...
she'll go into the bag, into her bag, and produce that stitched one.
Yep. As you go into that bag and find the stitched one, you see the dagger you were given.
Just
Lying in there, just waiting for you.
gives it a light tap, just to get a feel of it.
Mhm.
Does it seem it needs attunement?
No.
All right. That's all I'm curious about for now. She'll take that bag out. She'll go. This should do it. Walk over and place it on the body.
You don't need the bag coming back to life, do you, Tokumi?
Okay. So, you place the bag on the dwarven body. It's floating just above. And you see that bag suddenly seem to crumple in on itself, almost seeming to melt and bubble, as if a strong acid had been thrown upon it, until it shrinks into nothing and disappears. There's a beat, moment of silence, and then from the dwarf. The eyes open. Lily's eyes. She looks around, still kind of floating on nothing, until she slowly, softly settles and rolls off the table, on which lays her old body, still covered in a sheet. She looks up at you in incomprehension almost, as it seems it's taking her mind a moment to realize, to bridge the gap between the world going dark in the swamp, in pain and blood, to suddenly seeing candlelight, stone walls, cool, clear air.
Take a breath. You're alive.
You hear Rod from behind go, Lily? Lily, is that you? She looks over and just kind of still gulping air, gives a jerk of a nod. Tia gives a shuddering breath and suddenly races past all of you to throw her arms around her.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
I just saved your ass. She, like, touches her face, sees some ink, rubs her face off.
It smears mightily. Alsana now has these big smudges of ink across her cheeks, but she didn't catch her forehead yet.
She's gonna frostbite her face.
Do you not have precipitation or
No.
water?
So she's gonna get water on her face by pulling it out of the air.
Do you not have makeup wipes?
Probably. But she's immune to cold, magical cold, so same difference.
Saved your ass. Yes, I'll just frostbite my own face just to get makeup off.
Yep.
Kind of ruins the dramatic effect, but alright.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, but Lily had quite the sight to wake up to there
Yep.
for a second. It was
Yeah,
bewildering
the
for
dramatic
Lily.
effect was already ruined, don't worry. Yep, and she just kind of pulls the frost off and just...
You hear Tokenie just, damn it.
So... The two of them have been talked to, but... I believe you need something. If you're feeling okay. First of all, and she also is going to go through some quick medical tests to make sure she's functioning.
Medicine is high enough, she's functioning.
Just
She's
for the love of God, don't heal her.
she's doing all right. She is physically there, physically capable. A little bit clumsy with her new build and height and so on. But she's able to do the various ranges of motion you ask her to demonstrate. And at one point, she just kind of looks down at herself, looks at her own hands, her own body, and just, the hell?
What's the best I could do with what I have?
What? What a...
You
What
died,
did you
dear.
do? I what?
You died.
I don't...
I know it's a lot. Just... You're here with these two. Just breathe for a bit.
I don't understand. Why would you... What day is it?
What song says the day?
It's
Yeah.
the second day.
Yep, the 2nd of Harvest Dawn.
Mhm.
You see a momentary flash of disappointment in her eyes. Well, how much did they tell you? You hear Rod just say, pretty much everything we could, we knew. We had to. We had to get you back.
Honesty is appreciated going forward. She gives like a rather tense look, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Rod better keep his side of the fucking deal.
There is a deep sigh. Fine.
The two of
My
you.
My name's Lily Wheeler. I don't know. They've told you everything, so I don't know what else to say.
Then she looks at the two of you and Rod, Tia. Know that the agreement does not end here or anything close. There is more that I've gone out of my way to do for you. You made quite the deal there. She looks back to Lily. I had to get your name cleared.
Wait, you what?
You're out of your contract.
She brings up her hands. You see her do the familiar motion for Mage Hand. There is a spectral Mage Hand that appears, and she relaxes for a second. Thought you'd gotten rid of it.
No, simply, well, I suppose you'd have to test the full extent, but for one, that will be strictly supervision. If anyone sees you even beginning to cast a spell without authorization, there will be consequences. But moreover, your mortal soul is no longer forfeit to the one you struck up a bargain with. Or it won't be. I have some other steps to take.
Wait, what?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm supposed to thank you, but I don't know what else.
You can thank me by doing better. All three of you. The information you have currently, the knowledge, the understanding, is one that is delicate to this world. Moreover, you've done things, you've endangered people in a way that you must make up for, if you ever truly could. I told them, but not you. There was a newborn child in the village nearby. There was an assault of snakes multiple times on that place. Do you understand that?
There's a nod, but it's almost a processing nod. Like she's still trying to grapple with various things that have just happened and just been revealed, and it doesn't have the same depth of regret that Rod did, or direct understanding without seeing, but there is an understanding. She's not dismissive of it.
Yeah, and Alsana will produce some clothes she probably got for her.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough.
It's probably probably loose fitting.
The wrong size. No, very tight fitting, but too long.
Yeah.
Like
she might have tried to get something neutral because she knew there was going to be a range of.
All right.
Yeah, just in case she came out like a Goliath or something.
Yeah. So, something large but able to be pulled in spots.
Okay.
Maybe she has like a few like little leather straps.
Sundress with a belt.
It is kind of the very, very loose, overlarge potato sack that's kind of cinched in at various points. Or you know what? It's the tried and true method
Poncho.
of the. It's the bedsheet toga.
Yep.
Maybe with sleeves, but it's the bedsheet toga.
Yep. Asana will have her get changed.
Mm-hmm.
And just come, let's get you 3 breakfast.
Oh, can't even think of food. Rod just kind of smiles and puts an arm around her shoulders, kind of reaching down a little bit. As far as dwarves go, she's not super short, but she is noticeably like
I've
head.
literally taken her down a few notches.
And just yeah, you're probably hungry. Let's go take care of that. It's not so bad here, really.
Please tell me they walk into the cafeteria with Alaris and Kane still arguing about eggs.
Elaris, you have just gotten Kane to finish his plate. Kane, you've just finished your plate despite your reservations about the possible poisoned or contaminated nature
It's
of
not
those eggs.
poison. I already told you.
Yeah, that's fine. I just have this horrible feeling.
Yep,
Like a
Kane,
burning sensation in my gut.
you're basically nursing a cup of
What?
coffee. You're
What
basically at
kind
this
of-
point.
Wait, what time is it actually, Ariel? Like in
It's
Morning.
yeah, probably.
Would be like,
Like,
if we got up at 9, it'd be
on
like
the hour.
10:30, 11.
10:30. It's like 10:30 in the morning. What trouble could they have possibly got into right now?
Have you met my sister?
Okay,
Just-
fair
she
enough.
wakes up at 5 in the morning.
Oh shit.
Alsana walks in with the 3 of them. And
Kane just locks eyes and just like, who the fuck is the dwarf?
Yeah, who's that?
You
I
can
think-
insight check real fast to know instantly.
No,
who
no,
the-
no. Kane doesn't believe himself to be able to tell if she's
I'll
lying.
insight
So
check.
he's just gonna ask.
Oh, it's
I'll
not
insight
lying.
check.
It's just go ahead, insight check.
3.
You're not sure. You're not sure.
He's
Who's
looking
that?
directly at Asana. Just, who the fuck is the dwarf?
Calder's just hiding behind them all, just like, I'm not fucking here.
a new body has been made.
Morning, Calda. Do you want eggs?
Tokenie leans over to Calda and goes, "Wait, is this why Alsana wanted muscle?"
No, but it's probably a good idea that you're here now.
He's just gonna lock eyes with the dwarf and says, are you Lilith or whatever the fuck her name was?
No,
Eulalia?
I am not Lilith.
What the hell was the kid's name? The one
Eulalia?
called stabbed.
Eulalia?
Eulalia. Or Lily,
Are
they
you
called you.
Eulalia?
I am not Eulalia.
Alsana, the back of the head. What did I say?
I'm not Eulalia. It was
You
never
know what
named
they're
Eulalia.
asking.
I'm Lily.
Good. Lily, keep in mind, the
Okay.
only thing keeping me from killing you a second time is Alsana, so you better listen to her.
Yeah.
Sit down and eat some eggs.
Say the word. Have some eggs.
Great. Breakfast with a homicidal maniac. Just what I always wanted.
Just shut up
Oh,
and
don't say
eat the
that.
eggs. You were given a second chance that people would kill for, and not just one person.
She sits
down.
down, looks around. Where's Dren?
He's dead.
No second chances?
No. I was against you even getting one.
Yeah. No offense.
Alright.
I mean, full offense. You broke a deal with me. I'm quite angry.
If it helps, I was kind of hoping to get around a deal with
I don't
something
care.
worse. Okay.
If you were trying to get around a second deal, you shouldn't have made a second one.
Lily,
You said you would leave when I asked you to. You can come back later. Then you didn't. And you got killed for it. And by the mercy of some fool, my sister brought you back. Probably to some great cost. I can't imagine those components were cheap, Alsana. So, be lucky I don't kill you a second time. Listen to what the goddamn fuck you're told.
Lily, I know you're used to talking out of everything. Today might be the day to hold that tongue just a bit.
Or I'll hold it for you and use my other hand to cut it out.
She kind of shrinks down a little in the seat and starts picking at her eggs.
Thank you. Careful, the eggs might be poisoned.
They're
Alsana,
not.
Stops
Oh my
picking at
God.
them and pushes them away, looking
Alsana,
away.
They're
Alsana
not-
glances at that. No, he's messing with you.
I'm thoroughly convinced that they're
They're
poisoned.
not
Whatever.
poisoned, for fuck's sake.
Alsana,
I cooked them
what did
myself
this
and
cost
ate
you?
them.
how much are we set back for this?
Yeah.
Us, 1,000 gold.
Why do you specify that?
The thing you did, Alsana, you said you told me about later.
What did you do?
Yes, Calda, later.
I'll walk into the room with you right now. I can't fight something if I don't know what the fuck you got into.
Tokeny, can you watch after them?
Feel free,
Yeah.
dwarf.
I'll keep an eye.
Bit gamey for my taste.
Oh, come on, she's soft as a babe. Easy to bite through.
I think somehow that's worse.
Yeah, fair point.
By the way, Tokuni, I did some research. There's this thing called sushi. You should really look into it, but we'll talk about that later.
I think she likes sashimi more and it has fish in it. Anyways.
Yep, you guys are able to step out of the cafeteria into another side room. You're able to poke your head into a few before you find one that's quiet, unoccupied, private.
Kane's just gonna look at Alsan like, you know I'm gonna trust whatever you say. I'm not smart enough to know if you're lying to me, but just know I can't help you if you lie.
Then can I trust you to not walk back in that kitchen and undo the 1,000 gold and more than 1 hour worth of work I just did?
As long as you didn't offer us like 3 or 4 other lives in exchange for some stupid shit like that.
Shakes her head. I have 2 requests from her ex-patron.
Which is...
One, which I was planning on doing anyways,
No,
but
what
there's...
was her patron? What did you make a deal with?
Sorry, out of character, can I get that name written in the chat?
It was
Kane's not
written
gonna recognize the
a
name's not
while
the important part.
Let me go ahead and type it again. Just so
There's a wall of text, I'm sorry.
Yep,
Zero left.
there we go.
That's how you spell impenetrable.
Right. Also, just... is a demon lord by the name of Cyrillith.
So you made a deal. Hold on, aren't devils the ones that keep contracts, not demons?
It's a fiendish tendency. Demons are much more, my understanding is the difference between demons and devils is is the way their government works, or lack thereof.
So probably less regulated, the demons then? Lesser
They-
punishment if they break a deal?
They know to keep to things. Just archdevils are very stringent in who is where and the social castes and things like that. Demons rip each other's head off to get to the top.
Fine. Don't be surprised if you get your own head ripped off. I'm sure every decently powerful druid thinks they're smart enough to make a deal with a demon.
One was special and you know it.
Yeah.
2,
Special, not particularly smarter.
I kept careful, and that's also...
So does everyone who makes a deal with a demon, I'm sure. Go ahead, what are the 2 parts of the contract?
One, which is honestly something I'd want to do anyways, is the writing of a tome detailing her followers, and everything around her.
So you're writing scripture.
If you'd like to call it that, I call it information.
Yeah, and I'm sure the quite literal cult following that'll come after will be great. What else?
The second is a...
Don't dance around it, just say it.
Once again, trying to phrase it in a way that you're not going to walk out there and
I'm gonna bite your head off no matter what you say. Just say it, get it done with.
Then don't bite everything right now before I say it. Second is a sacrifice in her name, which I intend to be my other half, because I damn well believe she deserves whatever afterlife is waiting for her.
Alright. Glad you're arrogant enough to think that who you think is worth redeeming is more important than everyone else, but whatever.
She nods. Say as you will.
I
This
have.
is my issue to do.
Yes, and if it gets you killed, we have to be the ones to protect you. Risk our own lives to protect you.
It's your decision to make, and if you think it's not worth it, then I'm not
No,
stopping
you took
you.
that decision away from us. But whatever. You saw a demon lord, saw a challenge, and decided, oh, I'm Alsana. I can take care of it, like you always do. Didn't consider that every time you made a deal with something big and magical last time turned out poorly for us.
How poorly
Too late
did
now.
it turn out?
You summoned a hag that shouldn't exist in the first place back to this world. Doesn't matter how nice you think they are, hags aren't a good thing. They rule over the orc tribes with fear. It's not okay. They're people. They're brutes, but they're people. Secondly, you're starting a cult after this, whether you like it or not. You think that scripture is just going to, magically be kept in the library just because, you're going to keep track of it? No, it's a demon lord controlling it. They're going to make nothing with it. But you made your deal. Keep you safe. And if one of us gets killed, it's on your head.
I'll make sure
Any other,
it doesn't
any other
happen.
parts of the deal? Yes, you'll make sure it doesn't happen. And once you're dead, the demon lord will get scripture into someone else's hands. This is the exact same argument that she was making for the information of the shrine. You know that. She was going to make sure to get into the wrong hands, become the wrong thing, endanger us and our journey. What is it with you magic casters? You think you're smarter than everyone else? Better than everyone else. It's just the power?
Do you think that you got the physical strength and I got nothing?
I think what you did get made you arrogant, just like it happened to her.
Yes, and you standing here saying you can kill anything under the sun if you don't like it.
Yes, notice I don't do that. Who's the one who's made a deal with a demon here? The way I've seen it, every powerful magic caster I've ever known has turned out to be a bit of a piece of shit. You are the closest thing getting away from that. And Alaris too, but his magic's a bit weird. And then you went and made a deal with the demon. For some upstart little girl, citing the same things that she said. Because, we'll keep the information safe. What's one sacrifice of another soul? Even if it's your other self. What? Think that's your right to judge? Because you saved one person, you can damn someone else? I don't care if it's their other halves. Kill them, leave their souls out of it. Because I don't fuck with the afterlife.
If you think yourself more knowledgeable on the topic, then I have nothing to say.
You know I don't think that. But I think you're arrogant because you know just a bit more than I do. You're fighting with a demon lord. Do you really think it's ever going to turn out how you expect it to? Don't you think that every other person who's ever made a shitty deal with a demon thought the exact same thing that you did? I can deal with the fact that you wanted to revive her. Fine. This is stepping over the line. Don't worry, I'm not gonna go kill her for that. It's not gonna get you out of whatever stupid deal you made. That'll probably damn you even further. But when she turns around, let me guess, still has some magic to her, doesn't she?
We're to figure that out later.
Okay. So she turns around, keeps it hidden for a while, pretends like she can't use it, turns around, uses that spell she was going to use on you, on whoever's keeping track of her. Escapes, leaves the two behind to deal with the consequences, again. Goes hires a bunch of mercenaries. Or ruins whatever the fuck we're doing at the shrine. Because she's alive and she has that power. Then you're still forced to write that in scripture. You're still forced to sacrifice someone else's soul.
That was my choice to make.
Was it? You damned someone else. Did she say she wanted to be brought back?
She reached out. Soul can't return if it's unwilling.
Oh, yes. But it can if it's undeserving. Whatever. It's done now. I'll still try to keep you safe. Don't be surprised if one of you gets killed for it.
Don't doubt me.
I am doubting you, because no one else here seems to.
I'll keep you all safe.
Will you?
Yes.
Just like you kept me safe from wandering into the Howling Plains. Just like you thought you could take care of Eulalie over there before she had to get killed.
I keep people safe who don't damn themselves.
I'd say she damned herself pretty well trying to fight us. Taking the first swing at you.
Your point?
You let your emotions cloud your judgment too often. You think yourself better than everyone else.
And what was that about the one who trounced off into the Howling Plains?
Yeah. Notice I didn't bring anyone else into danger with me. I told you guys I'd be back. And when I came back to you guys, I listened to you again. I was doing it to find someone. And yes, I'll admit it was a mistake. Can you?
Depends how it ends out.
Ah. Ends justify the means, eh? Thought you're better than that. But go on, Wicked Witch, let's go have breakfast. I'm sure you're hungry. It's been a long day for you.
So, you guys head back.
Also, I'll just put a hand up. Kane, could you leave?
Want to explain why?
I'd like to talk to the people without the one wanting to bite my head off in the room. As the conversation's mainly between me and you, as it's always been.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm the one who made the choice.
You sure you trust me around a little girl?
Are you leaving or not?
Glad to have your trust, oh dear sister of mine. No, go back to breakfast.
Okay.
So I just looks over to the other two.
Disappointed.
I honestly don't know what to say.
I'm disappointed. You say you look out for us and you look out for people who don't damn themselves, but look what you just did to yourself.
Yeah.
You just damned yourself, you're gonna look out for you? We do that as well. We do love you. As so much. We've been through a lot of shit. But I'm thoroughly disappointed that you made this decision unprompted. You are the most intellectual and wise of us, but we have opinions on our own. And as much as you did this as your own decision, us as a group also have to face this aftermath. You know that, right?
Yes.
We have to face with maybe letting your other self cast another spell, do something to us, heal herself, run away, so you can get that a kill
6 ahead.
to get that soul.
She need not be alive. Simply the heart pierced.
That extra action still takes a lot of danger. It keeps us there for another 5 minutes, where those 4 ending could be the end of something, but they have an army.
Then leave me to go.
No! You think that after 8 months we would just leave you? I'm sorry, but for someone so smart, I can't believe you think that. You're insightful, you are intelligent, you're a wonderful young woman, but to think for a minute that you don't know the emotional connections you've made with people. You know about the emotional connections you've made within Soren, within Windsor, Veryvale, more, but you don't know about the emotional connections you've made with the people who've been with you almost every day for the past months. You don't realize how much we care about you. And that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
We let you prod and poke at us the minute that we met you, and we didn't hold any resentment. We opened up to you, and you still don't think that we fought through any doubts we had about you, and you don't think that we didn't start caring about you the minute we met you. We knew there was something special that brought us all here together. We all knew it. You don't have to be daft to figure that one out. And you don't think that we worry every time you go off alone. You don't think we get concerned when all of us are alone. You don't think that maybe there's going to be a certain fight. We know Laris goes off to Walton. We know where Kane goes. He tells us where we go. You can go literally anywhere. You are our transport. You can go wherever you want, and you don't think that scares the ever-living hells out of us. And you don't think that you freezing up scared the living hell out of Togane and I. We still wanted to have fun because that's sometimes the only way we can express that we're stressed out without fully breaking down, especially in front of Rod and Tia. I was dying on the inside, Asana. To see you still breathing but not moving, I didn't know if you were going to come out of it. We knew she had something to do with the demon, and that was a complete forethought that you were probably talking to one. And you did. And you did something that you can't take back. But you know what? We love you, and we're gonna do all that we can to make sure you stay safe. But know that we're still extremely disappointed.
I'm well aware of what's been built over these months. I simply don't think you're under any obligation to keep that,
It's not
given
an
choices
obligation.
I've made.
It's not an obligation, it's a choice.
It's our choice. You made the choice to make that deal. We're making the choice to protect you enough from it. It's as simple as that. It's an open and honest choice, and we know the risks. Something that should always be set out before you commit to anything is knowing the risks. And we know what we're setting out for. We know what we set out for the minute we stepped on the threshold. We knew there were risks. And now we know that there's a person in our newfound family who needs protecting from a choice that she made. And we're not going to let her flounder alone and die from it.
If you wish to offer that protection, I can say nothing to that. But I don't need it. I will accept it. I will appreciate and cherish it.
I didn't need my daughter back. I didn't need to do this. None of us needed to do this. But it's pretty damn nice to have it.
Yeah.
Don't let home yelling at you get you lower. He honestly does it because he's worried and he's your blood. And sometimes he doesn't know how to, most of the time, he doesn't really know how to speak eloquently or calmly enough that no conversation between you two doesn't end up in an argument. But know that all of us are beside you on this.
I wouldn't have made this choice if I didn't think I could handle it on my own. That's all.
I understand.
I'll take and accept any help you give along the way.
We'll help you.
I'm sorry if your choice to go along with me ends poorly. But I at least intend to do this on my own.
I was gonna insight check. She wants to know if Alsana's being sincere. Go ahead.
Nat 20. 20 insight. So, Devin.
Complicated things to explain.
What's the best read that you think Calder could get?
For one, Alsana's trying not to cry.
Oh, I knew that without even insight.
Yep, that's fine. She's...
She at least seemed chastised.
Yep. She wants to... She's really at this in-between of how much confidence she should have in herself. And if that's going to drag you guys down.
Okay. I understand.
She wants to prove herself.
I understand you know what power you have, and that you spent your time growing from it these past months. But as much as you believe you can handle it, it's always good to have people behind you too. Yeah. And just in case the chance comes that you may be wrong, you have backup. As much as you want to know and think you can handle it alone, you don't know if you're going to be wrong. You don't know what powerful demons can do. You barely heard of her name probably before you even spoke to her. You don't know what she can do. You saw what that one did. That thing had 7 arms. How many did this one have?
Roughly 12.
You think you can get through 12? I couldn't even get through. I could barely get through 7. You saw how she was hurting us, and you think that if anything goes wrong that you can handle even that alone? Think of your worst case scenarios, dear. As much as you are so confident in yourself, you still need to think of what if everything goes wrong.
I'm not always going to have your help. This group's help.
You have our help.
You have our help, you have our love, but you also have the knowledge that we are a little disadvantaged or just want it.
Just want to talk about worst case scenarios?
Yeah.
What if I'm the only one who comes back from the other side? What if your bodies are in such position that I couldn't even begin to hope to recover them or do anything to bring you back? What if you don't choose to come back? What if there's something that's done over there that leaves your soul indisposed?
Fine.
What happens not if, but when I outlive all of you?
In terms, I will have to say, you may have to cope with living without the people you care for.
I'm one who was always reaching, always wanting to know more, to have more, to teach more.
We have ancestors.
They're not going to be willing to put up with me as much.
Oh, come on. You are. Even with the questioning and all, you are a beautiful human being, dear.
But I need to know how to do this stuff on my own.
You can. But it just takes self-practice, and up until the point where we do have to go to the mirror worlds, we can help. Alright? If you want to come back to Ambarian with me, we can have talks. If you even want to maybe go to Walton with Alaris, if he's going that direction, you could do that. You can travel between, you know how to get there.
She nods and
You
swallows the knot in her throat.
can talk to Corin. We spent years learning how to cope with having someone we didn't, not having someone we loved around. Maybe talk to him more, because he handled it much better than I did.
Alright. And, I mean, while you brought it up, for putting up with all of this, I hope you each know, and Scoster Kane as well, though it might be a bit more difficult to parse this across to him. Any generations that come after you have my protection, have my care and my guidance. Best I can give.
Thank you, dear. And we're not putting up with you, we promise.
You are severely disappointed in me, and I've been distinctly aware of that fact ever since I said what I did.
Still doesn't mean we're putting up with you. It just means we have to go through with the consequences. I never put up with my kids, but they disappoint me. Sometimes.
I feel like we have different definitions of put up with then.
But
Put up with the
You'll-
consequences.
yeah, usually cheating on a test is not something I have to put up with. But getting something through so someone you think has a redeeming soul gets her freedom back in the afterlife, not so bad. I mean, you had good judgment, and she was a kid. But the demon, though, we should have seen that coming.
I almost expected it.
Yeah. What do you think, Alaris? What are your vibes, buddy?
I really have no place to speak. I mean, making a deal is what got me where I am here today. So, but I knew the risks. And so should you. I'm disappointed and concerned. Concerned that you got into this without really knowing what you got yourself into. You didn't read the fine print. I got lucky. You might not have been dealt such a good hand. Especially when it comes to things of the fiendish variety.
I've been lucky enough to get this far.
You have.
Yeah, but luck is not static, unfortunately.
No, but it can lead to things that are.
Still, you gotta factor things in, dear. It's a learning process. It's always a learning process. Even we haven't figured that out.
Just
I worry for you like one of my children. Hell, I'm pretty sure I worry for you and Kane more than I would Gage.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Colin just like sort of goes up for a high five, then puts it down, realizing the situation they're in.
Not appropriate.
To be fair, we're older, so we're getting into more dangerous things, ignoring the whole ultimate destiny to save the world thing.
Yeah.
Just know that will always worry for you. And you'll have my help. Just know that we are concerned. Know that we worry. We will always worry.
That's fair.
Me and Calda, we're parents. We are designed to worry. But it's not unwarranted. I hope you know. This was a very big decision that really didn't have any consultation behind it.
I don't.
No counsel, no. Didn't ask for anyone's opinion. It just sort of happened.
I don't want to make excuses for it, but understand I really thought that was the only chance I'd get to make any sort of choice on it. Other than leave with nothing.
You did what you had to do. And I understand where you're coming from, but this has put you in a very risky situation. These
Just
types of
kind of
contracts are not so easy to get out of. So just know. I trust you implicitly, but I'd be damned if I don't worry every second of every day.
We're both a little bit worrywarts.
Yeah. We're parents. It happened.
Okay. Well, I'll go check on the fruits of this terrible decision. She gets up.
I'll just sort of like grabs Alaris's arm, just like, get him back.
You walk into the cafeteria, and Kane is pointing a fork at Eulalia sitting across the
What are
table
you
from her.
doing? Kane, what are you
Hey.
doing?
Alaris, get over here. 5 seconds.
Not actively ready to fight, but he is very clearly like halfway through like a very serious like threat.
Alsana goes, stay here, Loris. I think Calder wants you for something. Kane, what are you doing?
I was gonna step in. He's halfway through saying, "And if you knew what it cost us to bring you back, you'll know that if you fuck yourself over on this, I will end you a second time. And if those two try to get in the way, they're going with you. I didn't even join in that last fight that kills you. I wasn't even necessary. You can't imagine what I'll do to you."
Alaris, our grown children are having some very interesting times. Let's just go talk. And Calder like pulls him aside, just like so.
Back to worrying.
I'm a little worried.
Back to worrying.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna kill each other?
They might.
I'm a little bad. I don't think they will. I feel like Kane has self-control, and Alsana has a broom.
Kane has self-control.
And Alsana has a broom. That's really it. God, but what do you actually think of the deal? I know we said we were disappointed. Like, that's a very parent thing to say, but like, that was just a bad decision.
It was.
Yeah, that was a horrible decision.
It was. I had no place to speak on it because I made the same bad decision, but
You didn't. Someone talked to me. You made that deal. You went towards it.
yeah. My son was dying.
You know,
Circumstances.
it's always circumstantial. Like, your son was dying and her future protege was already dead.
Her pet child.
Her very
Science project.
her magical experimental decision was already dead, even though we said to kill her and we decided to bring her back. But I feel like if we just kept her alive, this all would have been on the wayside and there wouldn't been any deal in the first place. Anyway. I just think we can. I feel like we can just make it to the end without any other big conflict and deal with everything else, right? Yeah.
So you won't make any impulsive deals with outer beings.
She seemed to know that we were disappointed and she seemed very chastised with everything. So I feel like she's emotionally learned the lesson, but I feel like we need to just dabble with everything else. So she physically learns the lesson. Emotionally, yes, she got yelled at, whatever. But there are going to be other consequences to her actions, and yeah, I'll help her with it. Okay. Now, how are those eggs? I've been literally hiding behind Rod the entire time. Like I haven't eaten. I've been hiding behind Rod because I didn't want anyone talking to me because I was standing there the entire time. I also drew a mustache up. Oh, you made them up. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Don't listen to Kane. They're not poisoned. I don't even know where he got that.
I feel like he's being a little paranoid leading up to what's gonna happen.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's go back and she's
yes, dude, eat.
Pat is back.
Bacon.
Okay, kind of turns to Walsana and just goes, I was just being honest with our new guest.
Yeah, so the usual.
Yes. And I stand by it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want eggs?
I had a breakfast bar already.
Okay, so you had a snack. Do you want breakfast?
Uh,
Come on, you're thin as a sapling. Get over here.
I'll have toast.
Fine. Do you want butter? Or are you just gonna eat it raw?
A little bit.
The toasted slice of bread. Raw.
He will butter half a slice of toast and slide it over to her.
Do you mean bread?
Also, I'll just munch on it and just give a look over to the trio.
They've pretty much cleared their plates, though it looks like Lily's is only half finished.
Kane happily goes about finishing his breakfast.
Yep. Of them, go ahead and just, I guess, insight check real quick. Just to gauge the trio, how they're doing.
Can I roll post-active intimidation?
Sure.
Alright. Okay, solid.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Alsana, it's not a deep read on any of them, but Eulalia's looking like she's got some things to think about.
Lily, you mean?
Yeah. I need to go ahead and change the name on there just for the sake of having it there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe new art too. Nah, it's probably fine.
I'm gonna keep the same art, just know that it's a little bit more dwarf.
Just take it in paint and just squish it a bit.
She looks like she's been considering
for her bread.
I'm sorry. It's just raw bread
No,
implies the
bread-
existence of medium rare bread.
No, bread well done is not a biscuit or a crouton, it is charcoal.
How'd you spell sous vide?
I don't know.
SOU space VIE.
Yeah.
Oh, was it VID?
VID, yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised there's not an X in there.
Hold on. Googling it.
Anyway.
Oh no. Yep, we don't need to try to figure out how to spell things in French.
SOUS VIDE.
Wazo. Anyways,
All right. But they seem to be doing all right. Rod and Tia actually look a little bit happier. Lily is now the one who has to figure some things out.
Good.
Yep.
Alsana is going to pull out a book she has, and then she's going to walk over behind the three of them and pull a strand of hair each.
All right. They look up at you questioningly as you reach for which one's first.
Lily.
I'm gonna say that Lily is like sandwiched between the other two.
Yep, she'll reach for Lily first.
All right. Lily is just distracted enough that she doesn't flinch away, but you pull the hair and she what? Ow!
Shut
why?
your mouth, dwarf.
Kane.
I
No,
told
that's
them.
that's
Hey?
my hair. I want to know why.
She made that hair for you. Shut up.
You shut up.
For one, that
Kane
is
like slams his hands down on the table and stands up. Really?
Lily.
She slams hers down and stands up much, much shorter. Yeah, really? You've been a giant jerk the
He will
entire
grab
day.
her by the shirt. You nearly killed my goddamn family.
And you did
What?
kill me!
I didn't do shit. I stayed out of that fight. And I'll happily kill you a second time. So shut your ass down and let her take whatever components she needs, or I will make sure the next piece of body part that she gets from you is your goddamn ear like I did Dren.
You know what? I wish Dren had killed you. You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yes, wouldn't that make you so much more free to do whatever shenanigans you want to? Whatever sick, twisted shit you plan to now that you have a body again.
Alsana leans over
And at
to...
that point, she is going to take a wild swing at you with her strength of, ooh, I'm pretty sure that hits.
It will hit.
Yeah, all of a sudden, there's just this fist comes out and right in the side of your face. She herself looks shocked that she did this the instant after she did it. It's 2 points of damage.
He
If you
smiles
wanna
up
keep
at
track of-
Alsan and just says, "Give me the yes. Give me an excuse."
No.
What the fuck is going on?
What is happening?
We leave you alone for
2 minutes.
She decided to go against what Alsana wants.
She's shaking a little bit and just take your hands off me.
How about this? Alsana, what else do you need from these people?
Kane. Put her down
Kane.
now.
Piece of hair from each of them?
Kane?
Calm down.
Oh, I'm calm. Take what you
No,
need
you're
from them, I'll put her
not.
down. Take what you need from the two of them, I'll put her down.
Put her down.
Now.
Now.
I'm patient. Alsana, finish what you were doing.
Shakes her head. You're having a direct request, not from me, but from Calda and Alaris.
Yes. That's the only reason I haven't snapped her neck yet.
And the only reason I haven't tried to cast a spell on you yet is because...
So, you too! And she yanks the back of Rod and Tia.
Yeah, they are looking a little bit uncertain, you know, like Rod's got his hands up, like he's not sure if he's supposed to be in a guard position, in a punch position, if he's supposed to be pulling her back.
Are you two idiots not realizing how much of a grave she's digging all three of you in right now? You either keep a lid on her, or do something else, than just sit there saying nothing. Alright,
And at
you
that
have to
point,
take care of her just as well.
Tia just kind of puts her hands on Lily's shoulders and tries to pull her back to sit back down, but I'm not sure she's not doing it with enough force to break Kane's grip if he is
Just look
adamantly.
at Alsana, says, "You got what you need?"
No, I need you to put her down.
Oh, if that's the last component, then sure thing. He'll drop her.
She just kind of slams back onto the bench on the other side. The cafeteria at this point is really quiet. There have been a few other people in here. A lot of attention is on you guys right now.
What the fuck is wrong with all of you? All of you. Alsana, you could have gotten these components later. Eulalia, I could have cut your head off and I didn't. You're lucky I won't do it now. Tia and Rod, you're motherfuckers. Kane, you almost needed to take a walk, and I'm disappointed in you as well. Don't worry.
That's fine. If it keeps you three safe, I'll happily let you be disappointed in me.
All of you are completely out of line right now. You three should be grateful that you're alive. And should be. Rod and Tia, you apologize and you want to atone. Atone by controlling the one who still wants to fucking kill us.
I
How
don't
about
want to.
that?
I don't want to kill you.
Xylia, shut your mouth. I'm not believing a word you say. Ever. You.
Keep in mind,
You haven't given us any reason to believe that you haven't been lying this whole time.
you broke a deal with me.
You betrayed our trust.
You strung these two along with you. You nearly got them killed as well. You did get Dren killed. Don't expect anything from us. One reason you're still alive is because Alsana decided to use you as an experiment.
Not dignifying that.
She kind of gives Alsana a glance, like she's checking to see if that's true.
Alsana said, I'm not dignifying that.
Mhm.
Three of you, come with me, Tokani, if you're still willing.
Which
I
three? Was the
guess.
party or the other three?
The trio.
Okay.
And she's just gonna take them out of the room.
Cole's giving Alsana a pointed look the entire way out.
The moment you're out, Lily says, I'm glad that you brought me back. And I'm not gonna cause trouble, but I'm not gonna just stand by and let him assault me.
Lily, you need to understand. I'll do my best to have things work here. But he is an unfortunate side. It will be just better from now on if you're simply not in the same room as him.
Gladly. Very, very, very gladly.
But know that if something happens where you are in the same room, it's not fair. Okay? It can't be fair for you. He is armored, he is well armed, he is stronger and more martially powerful than he has any right to be. given where he was born and where he grew up to be. He has far superseded regular mortal limits.
You want honesty? He's exactly the sort of person. That's the reason why I asked for this power in the first place. Somebody who's big and armored and strong and thinks they can push those of us without those things around.
And here's the other side. Unfortunately, it's a bit less complicated, and I also understand that it can be reassuring to label him a simple brute and be done with it. Simple, and that's all he is, but it's not so cut and dry. He is one who has had not good experiences with family. But with a recent foray, he's found people he truly cares about. And he is terrified of losing them. And he truly believes that you were one who was close to making him lose them. Additionally, he does not trust you as far as he can throw you, and he can throw you very far. You are in the same way exactly as you see him. He sees you. Only with magic rather than physical strength. Someone who has the power to do something, and so just does it. Because they can. Is that not what you did when you tried to take my mind from me?
She looks away.
Additionally, I don't want to play into stereotypes, but with your new form, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a bit of a shorter temper. Or a bit more willing to throw down. You look shocked at the swing of your fist.
It's more the fact that I actually hit.
Well, the capability to do something can lead to the tendency to. Do you understand, though? It's like watching two dogs on leashes bark at each other. And I'm the leash being pulled then. I would appreciate it if there were some extra hands to help hold it back. And she looks at the other two.
We'll try.
Life has dealt you a hand. You're in a bad position right now, from your understanding of where you were before. Okay? It's rough. You're going to have to do things you don't like, or that you're not used to. You're going to have to put up with things that you would normally either think nothing of, or be able to wave a hand off of. But it's your best hope. Are you actually understanding me?
Yeah. I'm understanding. Just tired of things being unfair.
Nods. I am looking to getting you some sort of work.
I was about to ask. You can't just... I assume you're not just dumping us here or in the wilderness or whatever.
Shakes your head.
Magic experiment.
You're not. You're a person. A young person. Made a mistake. Who got in over ahead. I really don't think that demon you brought up would have ever stopped and left us simply unconscious on the side. Do you?
I was planning on making it stop. You know.
Have you ever done that before?
Once. Something got too rough for all of us. Rod was lucky that he survived. He needed help.
What about the other side?
What other side?
Whatever you were dealing with at the time that brought...
Oh, no, it was a monstrosity. Some with way too many heads, and
It killed it.
Yeah.
So you had no basis for knowing if you could actually rein it in.
As soon as it was done, I was able to say, okay, job well done, go back, and she did.
It's a demon. You have to play careful with those types. Add-on, we had no way of knowing. And my first instinct would be, it wasn't going to stop. I'm getting off track.
Roll a quick Arcana check in hindsight.
Alright. 16.
16. You remember in the fight that approximately the moment that Lily went down, the demon did have a sudden odd shift in behavior.
Okay.
It became more fervent, a little more wild almost.
Alright. Well, she'll just shift the topic on her ways. Regardless of that, just I can't speak perfectly of myself, and I think there's someone you need to talk to, though I would think you'd need some rest first. But were things to go ideally for me, for you three, you could be in a position to make sure things are less unfair in the world.
Well, apparently I owe you a lot. But I'm not gonna make. She looks over at Rod and Tia, and they both immediately either nod, shake their head, depending on what they're thinking, and no, we've already agreed to. Yeah, we're good. We're staying with you. And Tia just can't get rid of us that easy. Though apparently part of this job is that now if you start getting into a fight with that guy in particular, I'm gonna have to sit on you so that he doesn't do something terrible.
You have to understand that pretty much anything that could come out of her mouth is only going to make the situation worse with him. You have a probably 1 in 1,000 chance of saying something that doesn't want to make him rip out your throat even more.
Oh, great, so I should just stop breathing when he's around, apparently. Sure, that'll make him very happy.
I mean, it would.
She tilted her head like, it probably wouldn't make him more angry.
Well,
To just
maybe it's just
bite your
better.
tongue more.
Maybe it's just better if there's something somewhere we can do, be, I don't know, never cross paths with him ever again.
I am also looking to that, but just for the time being.
Rod just says, you know what? While we're all here in the same place, I'll just kind of make it my thing to try and make sure that we don't accidentally run into him in the hallways, okay? I'll be the scout.
He seemed to like you best of the three.
He kind of gives you a look that's just like, but what is that worth?
It's okay, Rod. We all love you best. You're the only redeemable person here.
Yeah, if it was up to us, it'd just be Rob.
Yeah, right?
You being the first to walk in the room wouldn't be out of line. Lily, are you feeling up to another bit of conversation with someone less violent? Or would you like some rest first?
How long of a conversation, I guess, in likelihood?
In time, probably not too long, but in feeling, I think there's going to be a bit of deep questioning of your character. And again, honesty is the best here.
Right.
If not of you, then of these two.
Yeah, you know what? Resting first isn't going to make me feel better about all of this, so let's get it over with.
Alright. And she will walk with them to go find Gladdy.
Okay. Yep. You find him eventually, and you set up a meeting.
I feel like in the meantime, Kane has to deal with Alaris and Calda.
Yep. I will say, for the purposes of this conversation, Clady does ask to have the conversation alone with the three of them. So,
Lasana will nod. and-
incidentally, did you want the hair from the other two as well?
Yeah.
Because you can get it,
Yep.
especially if they know you're after something. Because otherwise, there was a chance of like trying to grab hold and then dodging. But
Mhm.
now that you've gotten one and that whole debacle passed,
Yep.
yeah. They'll each give you one. Though Rod will make a half meant joke about brewing it into a potion to kill him instantly in his sleep.
Lasana shakes her head. No, it just makes it easier to find you.
Okay then.
Sometimes I like Asana a lot.
You know what? Let's see. Tia would probably know a little bit about just this scrying spell, even if it's not something in her purview, just because of Arcana. She
I mean-
might know a little bit.
You also, it was discussed when we were
Yeah,
looking
Alsana
for
was doing
the
it
big
too.
dude.
Yes, but I mean the sense of like the hair very specifically.
Alright.
I suppose that was brought up.
Yeah,
A likeness, etc.
piece of them.
And she
So-
just kind of gives you a look and just, right, I know you don't like me, but one request. You look in on me. If I am in the bath or anything else, immediately stop. Just
Uh,
shut it down, shut it off, no more.
I want to like you, dear.
I
You-
want to have at least an assurance of that little bit of privacy.
She nods. Don't worry. I promise if you're in any sort of enclosed room with steam, or anything else like that, just... I understand.
We're gonna find them commanding a cult in Asana.
Loophole found. Yep. All right. No. Loophole found.
Thank you.
Oh, Sana. Oh
Uh.
no. But no. And she just kind of gives you another look and a shake of the head and just, I am only ever going to be thinking about that now. In various situations, it's just going to haunt me forever.
I
Great.
don't intend to do it unless you are difficult about things. Okay? Like I said, I want... Please give me a reason to be able to trust you three.
I am really hoping that I can trust you with that because, regardless, that's gonna be a thing that occurs to me every so often now.
It should be among other things to occur to you, like, how to be a bad person.
She gives you a kind of a half-hearted glare, and then walks into the room with Clady and with the others.
I won't want you changing, which is promise. Alsana is going to walk back to the room she did the ritual.
Okay. Body is still there. Tokenie actually kind of goes with you and just looks at it, and I'm guessing you don't need that anymore?
Mostly.
Alright, we've got a little bit of a graveyard. People die. We can make a space for it. I guess it'd be kind of awkward to ask her now what kind of preparations she'd want, but
My goodness, I am having an effect on you.
are you? Or am I just being practical?
You just joked about a funeral lately.
The situation is really weird.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Anyhow, I'll go and fetch somebody to maybe see about some preparations for that, since grandfather's going to be busy with them for a while.
And
Don't do anything weird while I'm gone.
give him a thank you from me, though, for all of this. You as well.
Knowing him, I'm pretty sure that at the end of this all, he's probably going to want to thank you more than anything. So, I guess just do what you need to do. Don't die. Yeah, he'll probably call that good enough.
And thank you as well.
Don't bother. And she just waves it off and jogs off down the hallway,
Alright.
armor clanking along.
Alsana turns, pulls out her scalpel.
Yep. You've got 10 minutes.
She's taking the tongue out.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to require a check. It's out. It's out. You wrap it up. You put it away.
Mm-hmm. Tongue of a lawyer.
Alright.
I feel like that last little bit was just fucking distilled Alsana.
Yep.
Very much.
I think I just face the music now.
Do you understand?
I understand.
Motherfucker.
But
Inside check.
I want you to at least be proud of me. Oh, he's not even gonna try to lie to you. He never tries to lie.
Okay.
But I want you to at least be proud of me that when she punched me in the face, I didn't snap her neck there. You know I could have, and you know me a month ago would have.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. That's all I
I'm
need.
very mad at her. Like, I'm not even disappointed. She angry. You know better. You've learned better this past month.
I have a genetic disposition to rip people's heads off, okay?
I don't define yourself by. Never mind.
Oh dear.
We
Just
love
like you have a genetic disposition to be a loving, caring person.
That's
And
not
Dolores said
genetic.
it. Yes, it is.
No,
You were a
it's
mother.
not.
You are a mother from birth. Don't lie to me.
No, I was rambunctious.
You were rambunctious, but I bet you never once didn't care about your family very deeply. That's what I thought. And I can assure you, at no point did I ever not want to at least rip someone's head off.
Well, you're doing very well at not doing that, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you
Oh,
very
seriously,
much.
you went through teddy bears like every other day. Sorry.
Oh, you're back.
Oh yeah. Hey, Alsana.
So,
Why are your hands bloody? Oh, please tell me you finally finished it so I didn't have to.
That was a joke from me, but if you guys want to say she's back over here, that's fine.
Yeah.
I assume she was doing the like waiting for the body. But if it seriously took that long to chastise Kane, that's okay.
Yeah,
too.
I imagine it would happen. It took 30 minutes to chastise you.
Alright, well, real quick then, Ariel, can the body just be quickly tended to?
Yep, it is taken care of. It's not given a funeral per se, so much as a burial.
Yep. Also, we'll do some quick rites.
Quick
Even,
rites,
even
which
though
are
it's
a little,
weird.
a little bit odd, given that the rites are usually all about ensuring that the body's
soul.
former soul.
She's gonna
has-
do some
Yeah.
druid rites about returning the body to the earth and stuff.
Okay, that might help reflavor it a little bit. You just kind of cut out the little bits about the soul going to this better place or wherever it
See,
belongs
this
or
is the only
resting.
reason that druids are about every incarnation, because this way the body's not wasted. Anyways.
do you want to do this?
No, I don't. Look, I have enough Kane fury in me to happily debate that, but I'm not going to.
Not in session.
Yes.
All right. So that is
Looks like the rest
taken
of them,
care of.
it's just
then.
like, so they've gone to Cloudy then?
Yes. They're currently being interviewed. I'm not sure exactly.
Alright, what do you need from me to keep me from cutting her head off?
Simply just don't be in the same room with her for at least a little bit.
Fine, but if I was already sitting down, I'm not getting up for her.
I've made sure they have basically a bomb squad to avoid those situations.
Yeah, they're gonna need it. I don't like her.
Really?
Yes, I mean, I let you get away with reviving her, okay? I argued and you still went against it, that's fine, I can deal with that. deal with the devil, fine. But if she punched me in the face again, I will cut her head off.
I'll look. I'll also be honest with you. I'm expecting. I want Rod and Tia to take some more responsibility for her and make sure she's okay.
I would hope so.
In the
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
extremely fine chance that they don't get the chance to realize you're in a room immediately, and then you two end up in the same room, and the two of you end up in an argument, and she punches you again, and you truly, in your soul, believe yourself capable of hitting back but not killing her outright, you would have permission to.
Hold on, capable or willing?
Both. Just,
I can promise you I'll never be willing, but I will always be capable.
yes, as long as you could trust yourself to not do it. To not snap her neck as you return the hit to
Can I
the
just
jaw.
paralyze her? Like just like below the hips.
Oh my god.
You see, this is where it's getting concerning because you're getting into more specifics with it.
Pause there.
Hey, if you're gonna look through loopholes with the fucking demon lord, okay, I can look through loopholes here.
You are not a demon lord.
That's fine. It's my loopholes are very direct and very violent.
I am simply in a extremely fine scenario, allowing you a return punch. Okay,
I can agree to that. It'll be much harder and much more violent, but I will agree to that.
as long as it doesn't kill her.
I will attempt to do my best to not kill her. Mentally, physically, I will always be capable of not killing her, but mentally.
As long as you don't literally kill her, or permanently.
Just bring her back again at that point. Like fuck.
It is.
Expensive. That is expensive.
Also, her soul
and you know it.
belongs to the chief.
You said
For
how
now.
expensive it
Once
was.
Regardless.
once all things are done, her name is cleared.
By the way, once we're done all this shit, I want you to kill me, revive me, so I'm no longer a half orc. That's a different conversation we're gonna have.
Hold on, are you being?
I-
Wait, no, you'd never lie. Oh my god, you're serious.
I'm at least considering it, but not important right now. Tell me one good reason why it wouldn't work. If you're willing to revive her, come on, you gotta be willing to revive your fucking brother.
Because
I'm talking about reviving people. In a day.
I'll just leave this for your consideration.
Wait,
I-
do I get to keep my resistances? Oh shit. I can't die or else I'm not gonna do magical anymore, am I?
I don't know.
Fuck, never mind, not worth it.
I try my best, but I am not fully in control of the form which is taken.
Alright, I'll ask Xanthus next time then.
As
No,
such,
that's not how that
there is a
works.
good chance I could bring you back into a form that is not a half orc.
Oh, it would be just my luck I come back a half orc. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it had a hold over you a bit tighter.
I'd be very pissed off, but I completely understand.
You normally are.
That's why I would no longer be a half orc. Regardless, okay. We have other problems to deal with. Where are we going today? What are we doing? I still promise to agree to help you guys with that. That punch wasn't strong enough to put me out of commission. What do we have to get done today?
You see this look on Alsana's face. She's just kind of like staring at the floor, like eyes wide.
Noon. It's literally noon.
Yeah, well, technically it's only like 10:30. They still haven't brought out lunch yet.
It's getting on towards 11.
It's not even afternoon.
You
Yes, you
Guys-
guys woke up early just specifically to fuck with me, I'm pretty sure.
You guys said you might be willing to go along with me to see Nettie, right?
Having that today?
Alsana, I will do it if you ask me to, but I will just remind you that I have a finite amount of patience in a day to not stab things.
I'm more concerned about doing that in the next, I don't know, however long after today.
Nettie time sensitive?
Tomorrow?
News on me sensitive. I will do it today if you ask me to. Just please don't be surprised if I have to grab a muzzle out of my bag and wear it.
Tomorrow then.
Alright, what are we doing today then? How about this? How about we lay on the table everything we each need to get done in the next few days before we
Alright.
go gallivanting over to the other side?
Alright.
You want to see Nettie?
I need to make some deliveries to her, yes. Additionally,
Hold on. Please tell me you didn't waste the body. You got the tongue, right?
she doesn't make eye contact, but she nods.
Good. And you have some brain cells left. Arrogant magic fox, but alright. Anyways, continue. What else need to get done?
This is... I have some potion research I'd like to do, but
How long is it going to take you?
I don't know. I need to start looking into it first.
So let's leave that till last, just in case it takes longer than we're willing to spare.
And this is more of a very personal thing.
Let me guess, you want to see Morticia?
And shakes her head.
You want to see your mom, don't you?
There you go.
I figured. If it makes you feeling better, I already saw mine and not willing to go back, so... We got time.
Believe it or not, my mom's not an orc.
Don't worry, I've heard your stories of how great she was.
She...
That's fine. Well, I'll be there for that if you want me to.
Just know that even some of the ones I said when we were young, that was me wanting more reasons. I might have exaggerated.
I did the same thing, I know.
Just the most about her is that there wasn't much about her. That's all.
I may be dumb, but I could still tell when you were spinning a story to make yourself feel better.
I think those are my main ones.
Alright. I assume you guys want to see your kids?
One more,
That'd be ideal, yeah.
but I'd
Alright.
rather go with you all, just so you're all safe.
It's okay, we can do it in a reasonable order. Here's the thing, if we want, we could handle... I don't know what your spells are like today, Alsana, but we can handle 3 of those in a day. I could get us to Ambarion by boat in a few hours.
I have 2 jumps today.
So I get you to Ambarion.
Surprisingly,
these
bringing
kids.
the dead back to life is not the most powerful thing I can do, magically.
No, you're much more better at killing things, don't worry. So, I say we see if we can borrow a boat, charter to Ambarion, do whatever we need to do there, see Calder's kids. I would love to see them again one more time, too. We can jump to probably the Deep Thicket, right?
Probably.
Or should we head to
Another note,
Walden first?
I could go to Deep Thicket or Tanager myself.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So,
Just
Uh,
if it's
nope,
family
moving.
things.
we're moving on. Unless you don't want us there, we're coming with you.
All right.
Calder, Laris, other than your kids, do you have anywhere you want to see?
No, not anyone outside of the city.
Alright, so how about this? Today's been a long fucking day. Let's go to Ambarion. Let's go to Walton. Stay the night and get some goddamn sleep. If we feel like we still have enough energy, where are you going to start your potion research?
I can go from anywhere, and she shakes a key.
Cool, so we'll visit the kids, we'll have
Ooh,
a nice night. We'll have a meal like a goddamn family for once.
Speak of which, I need to check in on that. I'll be right back. And also, I'm just
No,
gonna
hold- I'm gonna grab her by the shoulder, just like, can you please, for the love of God, wait.
run. Fine.
Christ. You've had a long enough day. Let's not get you ambushed on the other side of a door that we can't get to.
I'll be fine.
You said that when you made a deal with the Demon Lord. Shut up.
I'm not even
Correct
gonna
me.
start. I'm not even gonna start this whole thing again. Move on.
Thank you. So, if we've got the 2 jumps, let's just save ourselves the time, so we have as much time with the kids as possible. Ambarion, Walton. Once we've seen the kids, and as much as we need to, you've had your fun time tormenting the locals in Walton. You can head through your door. One of us will keep an eye there, so the...
Really, one of you could
Lars.
walk in with me if you wanted to. I can
I'll
simply send you
take-
back at any point.
I'll take care of that, I think. If anyone needs a goddamn break from us two, it's these 2.
Like corpse. The next morning, I give up.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's it. Like I won't even be angry. I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
world can just go. Honestly, don't need to kill each other.
So, shall we go, see our little adopted family? I think I don't have a choice to be in part of.
I'll sign it too. You're both in there.
Yeah, but I was already stuck with her.
Oh, the minute I met you, man.
I want to make some last minute checks here, actually.
Of course you do. I'm gonna start on lunch.
It's 11.
Yeah, they start serving lunch 11.
We ate an hour ago.
You ate an hour ago.
You ate before me.
Yes, it's been 2 hours. I'm hungry.
I thought second breakfast was a halfling thing.
It is, but trying not to strangle a bitch is also hunger driving.
He's a halfling now. It's fine. He's just a tall halfling.
Oh god, maybe I was resurrected already.
Real quick, I honestly want to check this right now. Carl, did you want to come with me just to take a look at the little home away from home? Alright, and also I'm just gonna find like a broom closet.
Yep. I'm gonna hand Calda a plate of food to go with her.
Calda's too stressed to eat. She won't take it.
I will look at her. It's like, you have spent 8 months mothering me. Do not deny me feeding you when you're stressed.
I'm just gonna go. It's fine.
Leave it. Oh, Calda, I swear to God.
Please.
Calda's walking away.
Kane is holding your hand, not hard, but very delicately and with honesty in his eyes.
Calda doesn't want to break out of it because this is a very intimate moment, but she's still walking.
He's not moving if you're trying to.
Could I offer an in-between?
No.
No.
How about a delay? Kane, get her the fantasy equivalent of a juice box. She can take that with us. And then when
that's a wineskin.
yeah, but just with cranberry juice. And then when we come back,
Yeah, fermented cranberry juice.
Add
Regular
vodka.
regular cranberry juice. She doesn't need the fermented kind right now. And when we come back,
After the day she's had.
Yes, I do.
fine, get this woman a shot. And when we come
Gladly.
back, you can give her some food.
I'd rather make her eat before she drinks. Fine. I will pull out a wineskin that I'm dead certain Kane has on him at all times, out of the bag. I will hand it to her and just go, I have kept this on me for a while. Please enjoy it.
Calda gets probably a straw if they exist. Just
Yeah. Just like I will pull out a bamboo reed from my bag and hand it to her.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of like someone taking a fucking wineskin and just jamming like a straw in the side of it.
It's the worst piece of bamboo you've ever been given.
Yep.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that thing is splintery.
It's a toothpick.
You try to jam it in, and it just kind of snaps in half.
Shit.
Calda like the immense bags under her eyes, looks down at the wineskin, looks up at Kane, just sticks it into the wineskin.
There we go. Atta girl. And he just pats on the shoulder, just like, go enjoy yourselves. You've had a long day. Please don't resurrect anyone else without asking me or Alaris first.
You have the money.
She managed last time. She took 2,000 with her.
Asana. Calda just has like immense rage.
Hmm.
You gonna bring anyone back to life?
Not planning on it. I'm not planning on it currently.
If you see a demon, just for once in your life, retreat, you dumb motherfucker.
I'll make sure she fucking retreats.
All right, let's go. And also, I will turn the key in the lock of the broom closet.
And Kane will turn to Alaris. And he goes, are you willing to do me a favor?
What would that be?
Can you do me a solid?
If I hand you a longbow, I want to see how many times you can shoot me before I bleed. I have 165 HP and I resist non-magical piercing damage. I want to see how long it takes you to make me bleed with a regular longbow.
Okay.
Sweet. But first, lunch.
With a regular longbow?
Yes, that way I can actually resist the damage.
Yeah, of course.
I have a longbow, so I'll just hand it to you and hand you a bunch of arrows. Just like, you can reuse the arrows, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But, I see a burger with my name on it, so... I'm gonna end that right there, Alsana. Don't you fucking dare.
And Lucky Charms? I'm the Lucky Charm.
No.
Oh god, you are!
Uh-huh. Calda very much is.
What do we see when we walk through?
Oh. Where are you guys going again?
To the
Because
thing
you
with
guys
the key.
The house.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I lost track of that in the middle of the longbow thing threw me a bit.
That is my job, Ariel. You know this.
Mhm. Anyhow, you open up a door and know that now this door is going to lead to this house until such time as you lock it back up with that same key.
Oh, the unfortunate motherfucker who walks through that.
I am so
pizza
waiting
guy.
for like a random janitor to walk in and go,
Oh, dude, like the fucking pizza guy at Camp Half Blood shit. Like, please.
You just called it at the doorway, sipping a wineskin from a broken baby and just go, get the fuck out.
You
This is
walk
not your place.
Okay, because here's the thing. Also, Calda's still got like the pajamas underneath it. I'm just imagining like Calda looks like full like the dude Big Lebowski with the sunglasses and like the long cloak, but just with armor underneath.
And then eye bags.
Yeah, and just a wine, like a fucking like a goddamn Kool-Aid jammer of wine.
You walk through that same door that you'd entered through that first time, those months ago. You still see the refuse and detritus of what was once the hag's secondary nest, as I don't believe you fully cleaned it out last time.
Nope.
You're in a little bit of a hurry. Walk through the house. You hear bird song outside. You see the sun streaming through the broken remains of the window frames. It seems unchanged. You can clearly see the footprints in the dirt and dust of the floorboards, belonging to your group last time you came through. Clearer once you get past the area where the hag once used it more regularly, as it seems that she didn't wander the entire house, at least not recently, as per you getting hold of the key. The only signs of any sort of humanoid habitation, interaction, presence would be the signs that you all left behind.
Speaking of which, that note.
You find the note still pinned to the doorframe where you left it.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Well, I'll keep this here just in case, but it's been a while since I was last, and it seems no one's come in.
Still a really nice place.
Oh, I love it.
It's really nice.
It's charming in its dilapidated way.
Yeah. Why'd you want to go here? Potions?
Yes, there's a rough put together. Also, I'll just lead her to the little spot.
Yep. Now, if I'm recalling correctly, there is the very, very rough cauldron left behind by the hag on the upper story.
Careful, my fly.
Only if you climb into it first. So there is that, if you'd like to use what the hag left behind.
Wasn't there a small bit in like out the back near the greenhouse?
I believe there may have been. However, the materials are old, in more than disuse at this point. Some of it might be salvageable. You can go ahead and roll for it. Let's see, would there be any sort of modifier for salvaging these things, or is it just luck?
I'm just wondering if like there's any sort of like if there's a work table for it or anything.
Oh, yeah, it's all sitting on a table. The structural integrity of the table is a little bit more questionable.
Oh, okay. That's
but there is a... yeah.
Part of what I'm almost like thinking of, and I know it's probably not reasonable, but is like you know the Skyrim alchemy table where there's like it's like stone set and there's like parts where certain things go.
I can hear the click,
Yes.
click, click.
Go ahead.
Mortar and pestle now.
Roll me a d20.
20. 10.
It's serviceable.
Okay.
It'll do as far as a surface goes, but just looking at it, you can think of so many improvements that could be made if the new table was made, or this one was repaired and maybe expanded upon.
At the time.
It could be better with a little love and care, but for now, something could be done with it.
I'm gonna make this place wonderful one day. If I don't,
Be really pretty.
if I don't find my end on the other side, that is.
Just like pats her back. It'll be fine, dear. We got you.
She nods. Well, it's a bit more of a start than an empty room, but I'm not about to go into a whole bunch of alchemical stuff right this instant.
Do
Though,
what you need to.
here, there's one thing I'd like to show you. And she's going to bring her up to the observatory area.
You head on up, and you see the sky. I believe the night sky as it would be in this location this time of year. If it was approximately 12 or so hours later.
Wow.
Quite
I
the
just
find, huh?
realized this is Alsana's ideal situation. No matter where she goes, it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
You'd think she's not probably going to sleep in here.
I can imagine.
And just good, like, she's just going to stare up at the stars for a little bit.
Yeah, I call this just staring.
They are as clear and as present as if it was just an open sky stretching above you. No clouds, no interference. No walls in the way, no ceiling.
I feel like I could just reach out and touch it.
Maybe one day.
Do you think the stars are the same where we're going?
I have very much considered that. And if you think I'm not going to try my best to map things out on the other side.
Cole's gonna take a deep breath. Just... You know, it's my birthday soon.
I'm aware. I'm...
Why do you know this? I didn't tell you this.
Was it not stated at any point?
Nope.
No, you tried to get it over for like forever, and she refused
Okay.
to give it to you.
Okay, no,
How do you know
it was on the calendar.
All of those things are openly on the calendar. Doesn't necessarily mean all the characters know about them.
Fair enough. And goes, oh, right. Well, I was thinking of getting you something.
Get me out of there alive, why don't you?
It's kind of hard to
No.
do when you don't know when it is, though.
It can be an IOU or an early gift, depending.
She just kind of looks up. Still, I think I'd like to know.
That's fair. I'll just like pulls her hair back. Just potions. You want to do potions? Right. You just take this swig of the wineskin.
Alsana frostbites it again for her.
Slushy.
It's not what I'm doing, and you know that's not what I'm doing.
Slushy.
Monkey.
Oh my god, you drank like half of it already.
I did. Oh. Oh.
Someone just like goes into her bag, pulls out a pack of crackers, and just hands it over.
Wherever Alsana will just work calls us sitting on the floor cross-legged. Armor sort of off, at least like the bottom part, so she's just in body slippers and PJ pants, just eating crackers.
And drinking wine.
Yep.
Okay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Alsana looks up at the stars and goes, now I know what it's like to have a mom.
Nicole is just like, you're so sweet, dear. It's a very good crackers.
What were you hoping to do?
Me, sorry?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
She
said
would
something
like.
about potions?
Yep, she would like to do some preliminary look into some of her potions and things she can do with them.
All right. So, what have you got there in mind? What are we trying to? What are we going for?
First of all, she has Tanaruk hide.
All right. Now, me allowing you to loot so many things is going to bite me in the butt as I frantically search for all my notes on all the
my
stuff.
favorite part of Monster Hunter. That hour before the actual fighting, where you guys just did some whack shit.
Okay. All right. Tanaruk hide. At a guess, just from my loose memories of the things, though honestly I'd rather open up the sheet. There we go and see. They had a natural armor to them, so it could be something that, I'd say it could be something that slightly increases a little temporary hit points. Could be something that does a little bit of something with a little something with either a minor resistance or an I wouldn't say armor class, unless you're planning on making it very difficult.
Could Alsana, who she probably who has high perception in medicine and stuff like that, and she's been fighting with Kalda for a while, could she make a potion that could enhance Kalda's damage reduction?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially you could. Depending on how much you'd like to enhance the
It depends entirely on how much you're letting me get away with.
You're not gonna get away with a lot, honestly.
I recommend that with Devin in general.
Yes. I'm going to say that a common level potion, you could get a further -2 on there. Uncommon would be a -3, rare a -4, very rare a -5, in addition to the armor reduction already present. This is just a new set of armor damage reduction, rather.
What's your current reduction, Kalda?
3 on non-magical.
Yep. And that would probably... actually, they did have magic resistance. You know what? I'll say that this could be a reduction on any damage. Not because of any particular, not because they had any particular resistances. They did not. Actually, scratch that. It'll be reduction on piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing. But it doesn't matter if it's been done with a magical weapon or not.
All right.
Oh, does that add the 3, or only if it's non-magical will the other 3 be added?
If the other 3 is specifically not magical, then it's gonna stick with that.
Okay.
However, this would add to it if it's a non-magical strike. This would count as well. If it's a magical weapon strike or a magical spell strike or something like that, then your base damage reduction may not count as per that rule, but this will, as long as it's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. So, you need to decide what level you would like to go for. That is a certain gold cost and a certain DC that you have to roll.
I've not done this in a little bit. Where do I find the exact over/under and?
I've got all the notes here. I do not remember where I sent them to you.
Yep.
Basically. Okay. Basically. Do you want the DC or the gold cost or the time?
Let's do time. Yeah.
All right, time. Common. about 3 hours. Uncommon, about 4. Rare would be about 6. Very rare would be an entire day of work for 8.
All right. And sorry, the 3 was uncommon?
The 3 was uncommon, yes.
Okay. She might want to go for an uncommon one then.
So reduction of -3 takes about 4 hours to do. That's pretty much your afternoon. The gold cost is about 25 gold, just in various materials and stuff. I'll say that having the Tanaruk hide subsidizes that and takes it down by 5.
All right.
So 20 gold cost just to cover the fact that you would have had to buy, find whatever various herbs and so forth.
Oh, she has like a bunch of potion ingredient gold costs in her inventory.
Okay. It's still also just various materials you might have had to buy.
Yep, that's fine.
That's just how I keep track of that. The crafting DC for uncommon is quite simply a 15.
She can't fail.
However, you can succeed by more than that and potentially get a little bonus.
All right.
So, go ahead and roll anyhow.
Okay. Alchemy with guidance.
28 plus. Let's see it.
Where'd my D4 go? There we go. 31.
31. Dear God. All right, you succeed the DC by more than double. I'm going to say that it doesn't make it more potent. Oh, right, this needed a time on it. I did forget to say that. I'll say that it's just going to last a base 1 hour from drinking it. That is how long you have that damage reduction applied. However, because you succeeded by so much, you're actually able to make the ingredient stretch. You basically manage to make it so potent that in order to make it drinkable, you have to kind of spread it out a little, dilute it a little bit, cut it with some base. As such, you end up with not 1 dose, but I'm going to say you end up with a good 5 doses.
Oh.
Yeah. So 5 doses of -3 damage reduction DPS.
Will it only work on Calda?
No, it'll work on anybody who drinks this.
Ah.
Each dose lasts 1 hour. It does not double up if you try to take 2 doses at the same time. You don't get better damage reduction or increased duration. You know, as per the usual rules. But that's what you got there. All right. That took most of your afternoon. You might still have a little bit of time as it's mid-afternoon at this point. You could probably squeeze in another common easily, another uncommon, maybe a rare one if you guys don't mind getting back a little late. So, if there is a potion in the book in those categories you'd like to attempt and think you have the stuff for, or if there is an effect you're hoping to homebrew, literally.
Keep in mind, we need to get to the siblings first.
Get to the siblings first?
We need to get to the kids first. We need you to teleport us there.
Yep, nope, that's fine.
Yep. Or you can head back.
Ooh, okay. In uncommon, maybe a common one. Alsana would like to use the red cap blood.
Okay.
I'm
Go ahead and...
I'm glancing at its sheet right now. Outsized strength. While grappling, the red cap is considered to be medium, even though it's small. Could I make a potion that, like, helps with, like, shove and grapple checks?
Interesting.
Use a reminder to Alsana that collectively that will take 6 hours, and there's 2 sets of kids to go see.
Alright.
It'd be 5 o'clock by the time you're done it.
You know, that's... okay.
Just giving you that perspective.
She can probably do it in another spot then.
Okay. But it is an
Potions would
interesting
be last.
For the purposes of this, though, could she?
You know what? Probably. I will figure out the details for that sort of thing between game sessions, if you'd like to just kind of have Alsana do little craft checks at spots during your various other escapades.
Sure thing.
So, yep, we'll save that for between sessions.
But part of me is expecting them to raise an undead dragon, and part of me really wants Calder to put it in a headlock.
Oh, that'd be fun. All right. So you start to theorize things, but as you're kind of scribbling some notes, Calda brings up that we're starting to get a little bit of a later afternoon shadow in the trees.
Right.
My kids now. Just another swig.
Oh,
Calda,
you...
that wineskin is empty.
Yeah, she knows.
You try to take a swig and there's nothing.
She knows. She's been doing that for the past hour.
Oh,
All
you,
right.
you poor thing. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
She collects her
change.
alchemical materials.
How long did you guys spend there?
3 hours.
4 hours, I believe. Yep, it was 4 hours for that one potion there.
Caldas and PJs.
By like hour 2, Kane probably just like opens up the door like, "You guys good?
Making something.
Drinking
agreed
some.
We agreed potions would be last.
I
Could you
gotta...
please drop us off in a Baryon first?
I have a really good idea. I'll be out in a moment.
Just drop us off in a Baryon, or at least like Walton.
Get me
Otherwise,
more
we're just sitting here
wine.
when he could just be here sitting with his kids.
Get me more wine.
Calder's drinking wine.
So okay, then Walton, not a Baryon.
It's already done, Conrad. Don't worry.
Yep,
All right,
I'm going to
this
say
is Kane
that
bitching as always.
for the sake of this, Alsana, you happen to be at a delicate middling stage where you cannot actually leave this potion. This requires attendance, this requires precise timing. You're not going to be able to stop, drop it, and run anybody anywhere for the next 2 hours.
Give me 2 hours.
Fucking 2 hours. I stand by me. Good potion making would be last.
I can make 5 of things that will make you be even tougher.
Fucking good luck.
More wine?
No. That's all I had.
Alright. Jump back to present.
Mhm.
As they walk out the...
Yep.
As they walk out the door, Alsana's go, sorry, Calda, and she's gonna cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Oh, why?
Because...
It's been 4 hours. She was sober
I
already.
was sobered up an hour ago.
Well, good, then you're not hungover now.
It took
I
care of the
was-
headache.
I'm in my pajamas and bunny slippers.
Right, so you're gonna need better coordination to go change that. And she pats her on the back. We'll be leaving in 20 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I would like to note, Kane is halfway through dinner by the time they're done.
Kane, how many meals have you had today?
And also riddled with arrows.
I'm going to say that it is actually 3 p.m., maybe 3:30 when they get back.
Yeah. Elars is
Okay.
like, how's the bread bowl?
I've been told that I have a... Okay, what's the normal time for dinner? Because I've been told I eat dinner at a weird time.
You
Eat dinner.
do. It's usually 5, 6, but
Really? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 5 seconds. What time do you eat dinner?
Like 4 p.m.
You're an
little
elderly
early.
person.
As soon as I got home from school, I ate dinner.
Yeah, me too. But then I weaned off of it. Elderly
No, it's-
person.
Let's just
Never.
Eat every 4 hours. You have 4 meals in a day. If that works.
Yeah, I used to eat dinner at 2.
I was
Well,
on school at 2.
Tree's open, guys! Where are we going?
A Baron.
I'm around, let's go.
I'd rather sleep in Walton, basically.
yeah.
The
Okay.
backyard.
Should we save that for next session?
Yeah.
I'll say that for the end of this one, you open up the tree, you dive through, you arrive in Calda's backyard, and as Calda's family comes out and folds you guys in, pulls you into the house, into warmth and comfort and care, you guys can at least put aside some of your worries and reservations, at least for a moment, and just enjoy being present with all of these people, with all of this familial love. So yeah, we will go ahead and leave it there on that happier note. Alsana is always a bad magical influence on Rose, and we'll pick that up again next week.
All right.
I like to imagine Alsana leaves the room for 5 minutes, comes back, Kane is teaching all the kids how to sharpen weapons, except for Rose, where Alsana is teaching Rose how to cast like poison magic.
I was just getting tea.
She's getting really good.
Tea. I would love some.
Till next time.